because you're slinging dick like a pimp on a Tuesday. You follow me?
Goddamn.
That's why I love you, Lisa, because you're a fucking soldier of death. You don't even know it. You're just a little Jew of death right now. But in fucking 2 years, you're going to be throwing satellites out of your dick. You understand me? You're just going to be pulling the skin back and lasers, Jewish lasers. By the way, Passover's over. Break out the fucking Alka-Seltzer. Jesus Christ, it's a week of Jews eating bad food. You know what I'm saying? Every Jew in America is like, Jesus fucking Christ. I got to go gluten-free now. Fuck those matzo ball cookies.
Oh, my God, they're so gross.
What else is going on, Lee? You got nothing for me on a fucking Wednesday?
No, let's see. I'm fucking happy otherwise. Fuck, I just didn't sleep last night. I was riled up yesterday. I was like a Jew. I was like a Jew on fire. I almost wanted to knock on the guy's door.
Jew on fire.
Luckily, I didn't know what apartment he was. I almost went and knocked on his door. I was riled up yesterday.
Well, that's good. You calm down.
How are you doing?
You know me, dog. I got up yesterday. I went to that all day. It's funny because last week at the UFC in Orlando, which, by the way, I got to thank the people of Orlando correctly. I had a great fucking time last week. I really did. And the people that showed up to the show were world class. Some guy gave me a bad motherfucker wallet. Some guy gave me a tray for my weed. Some guy gave me a vaporizer. I want to give you guys all love. Thank you for the presents. You know I love you guys. I didn't give you... Monday was a fucked up day here. So a lot of things were overlooked. I was supposed to give some kid a shout out in the Beverly Hills Film Festival. Just, life happens, people. So I'm sorry, but I love you all and we fucking try. Everything is great. I went yesterday to this... I'm at the UFC Saturday, and we're getting into a conversation about karate movies. And somebody says that Steven Seagal hit somebody in the head with a pool cue and a sock and out for justice. And I made a statement. I go, yes, he did, but it was first done by Chuck Norris in Code of Silence.
Oh, shit.
1983, Dennis Farina, tremendous fucking movie, The Colombians in Chicago. Fucking great. Chuck Norris, we don't give enough credit to Chuck Norris. Bruce Lee did a lot. Chuck Norris did a lot for the sport, and especially like Tang Soo Do. It's a division of Taekwondo. It's something else, something different. These guys kick above the fucking head, whatever. But Chuck Norris is a bad motherfucker. He's Return of the Dragon with Bruce Lee when they fought the Coliseum. And the Octagon is good. Good Guys Wear Black is good. There's a couple movies Chuck Norris made, but I think one of Chuck's best fucking movies was Code of Silence, 1983. So I make this statement. The guy looks at me weird. The other guy says, that's right, you're right. The guy goes, I don't think so. I'm not going to argue at the UFC. I just moved on with my life. I had an audition yesterday for the untitled Warren Beatty project. It's got a fucking all-star cast like Matthew Broderick and fucking Martin Sheen and Candace Bergman and just actors,
And Joey Diaz.
And Joey Diaz. And I go in yesterday. The appointment's at 11:30. I get there at 10:15. You know me. I don't fuck around. Because I don't want to fuck around in traffic in Hollywood. There was no traffic going into Hollywood. So I'm the second one there. There's some guy I've recognized from a few movies. I can't remember who it is. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden the door opens, and I look up, and it's the fucking gangster from Code of Silence.
Oh,
and he's 70 years old. He's got to be 65, 66. And he's in a couple other movies. The guy's a bad motherfucker. I do not know what his name is. If anybody is on IMDb, look it up on Twitter. The gangster from Code of Silence. I think he was a younger guy, but the old guy is Old Man Scalise, and then he's the younger guy, and there's a big Bruno guy. So I'm sitting there, and I look up, and it's this fucking guy from Code of Silence. And we're sitting there for 5 minutes, and it's a Code of Silence. Nobody's saying nothing to each other. So I raise my hand, Lee. I go, hey, last Saturday I'm at the UFC, and some motherfucker was talking about Steven Seagal out for justice, and I said the scene was from Code of Silence, which you were in. He goes, that's right. And after that, we started talking. I didn't even tell him the whole story. I told him that, and then I went inside. They called me, and I had to go inside. But when I came out, I came right back to the same point where they called me in. Like I was having a conversation. He goes, Joey, you ready? I go, I'll be right back. I went in, I came out, and I talked to him a little more about movies, and they told me a Steven Seagal story. He was on a plane with Steven Seagal about 5 years ago, and they were both in first class, and Steven Seagal got up, and he's a tall guy, and his head hit the top of the thing, and as he was walking on the plane, he left a streak of ink from dyeing his hair, like those guys that spray paint their head. So there you go. That's your Steven Seagal story of the fucking day. Okay, that's how we rock it here on the Church of What's Happening Now. Very interesting yesterday. I wanted to ask you something. The other night we had a discussion. You were talking about MSNBC.
The jail shows? Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
why didn't I turn out like one of those guys? Why didn't I get tattoos? Why didn't I commit myself to prison? I always sit there and watch that show because that was me. That was me when I was 28.
It was?
Lee, I was a knucklehead. I wasn't a knucklehead like that. I was a little bit more intelligent. I had a lot more common sense than those guys.
Yeah.
But I was in that same predicament. And whenever I watch that show and I look at that show, I get really sad.
Oh, really?
Because I want to grab those guys and go, are you fucking serious? You're going to live a life. You're going to waste a life behind bars with this mentality. And I know that you like this show, and it makes me feel badly. Like, I get scared that was me at one time.
See, the thing I was going to say, like, I just know you now, so I was going to say, like, well, you have heart, and you wouldn't end up like that. But if that was you, then, you know what,
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about that was, like, last week they had a guy in there, 2 weeks ago. Oh, you're on the road. You're doing comedy. You get back to your room at 11:30. 9 out of 10, there's nothing on. I'll make a cup of coffee, and I'll put that on.
Okay.
And I'll watch TV, listen, but I'm really writing. I'm really on the computer, on Facebook or Twitter, or I'm writing on LitLift. And I listen to a guy go, that this is the only life I know, being inside. And right away I thought of Gary, Danny Bianculo's nephew, brother. And I called Danny yesterday. Danny called me in the morning. I called him back. And I said to him, how's Gary doing? He goes, Gary's going to be in there for life. And Gary called into the podcast a few times. And it's amazing that he always wanted to go back in even when he was out. And that's what the guy said. He goes, I don't feel comfortable outside in the real world. And that's fucking shocking to me, that you wouldn't feel comfortable. The extension of prison going away is like a big summer camp, if you break it down that way. If you break it down in your head that you're just going away for summer camp as an adult, it makes the time go by a lot easier. I went in there looking at 4 to 6 years. I didn't go in there looking at 20 fucking years, and I know I wouldn't make parole. I always knew that I wasn't even going to go in front of the parole board. See, when you do a violent crime, you do 80% of your time, usually 90% of your time. So they give you 12 years. You're going to do 10 of those fucking years because you're going to go in front of the parole board and they're going to deny you. They're going to say that you're not fully rehabilitated. I've been trying to write this chapter. The hardest chapter in this book has been a book about this guy named Mr. Blue when I got locked up. Mr. Blue was my counselor.
Okay.
And he was an old redneck. And the first 2 months, he didn't like me. And I didn't particularly like him. But like anything else in life, he saw something and he started talking to me and giggle. He would break a smile from time to time. And I would always ask him about a file. There's a special, we discussed.
Like an intake file. Like, you said.
A test, and that guy always used to tell me I was dangerous. All it says is you're a danger, and I used to feel really bad about myself because at that time I was in an all-time low, in my mind. I had nothing going on. I had no prospects. I had no future. When you have no future, that's a scary proposition. You might not have a job, and you might not be doing what you want to do, but you have a degree. You have a pathway, and at least if you walk into Burger King, they'll say, this guy did something. He went to college for 4 years, even though it still shocks me that nobody's ever talked to you about college or Phi Beta Kappa or whatever. And to have that feeling, to feel lost like that. Anything could happen to you when you don't have any future and you yourself know. I'm telling you, I had no fucking future at that moment in that jail. I was coming out to zero. I had money in the bank. I had a girlfriend. I was going to come out to have an apartment. I wasn't going to be like zero, but I mean emotionally. And as a human being, I started from zero. I didn't have a college degree. I didn't get my high school fucking diploma till right before I got admitted into the University of Colorado. It's not. I quit school and went back, but I never had enough credits to graduate. And I was concerned with living, never mind the fucking diploma.
Yeah.
So I had all the makings of a loser. At times, I still feel that way. Only I pay my rent now. I have money to go to groceries. I don't fear. You don't know what it is to be a criminal, to go to bed every night, not knowing what tomorrow's going to bring, not knowing if you're going to answer the door to fucking cops knocking or whatever. So when I watch that MSNBC show, it just, I look at that and I get scared. For a second, I get really sad. I say to myself, that's me. There's no two ways about it. I was in that position.
Well, do you think maybe it had to do with, because you've talked about how you went like for a night every once in a while, but like you were never really in jail before then? Do you think maybe...
I wasn't in prison before that. I had been in county jails before.
But for like days and
like a night or 3 days, not even 3 days. Like I always got bailed out. I spent the night, got out in the morning.
So you never got comfortable. Like it seems like a lot of those people.
I don't see how the fuck they're comfortable. I don't know what the comfort level is. I mean, the mattresses suck.
Yeah.
The showers suck. You know, they give you a little towel. You got to shower with men around you who stink and shit all fucking day. You know what men smell like all fucking day? Like a zoo. You ever go to a fucking zoo by the apes? That's what it smells like in that fucking thing.
All right. Well, I mean, I've seen people on that show who were alive 30 years and have spent 23 years in some sort of jail.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And that's comfort. Not being able to go to your car. Not being able to walk to 7-Eleven.
They don't know anything
else.
Those
little things. It scared the fuck out of me. It scares the fucking fuck out of me. But I don't know. When I watched that show...
Did it scare the fuck out of you then?
No, at that time, I you know, man, after I lost my mother, I lost the fear factor. The fear of anything, because I wanted to die. When you don't have a mother at that age and had the things going on around me, you know, people were buying cars. Here I was, 17, and I had no fucking car. I had, you know, there were just little things. I always felt insecure how it was. Now you put the drugs and no mother. What do you think I'm at now? Loss of religion, because you lose your faith, you lose your inner believings. Now what does that leave you? You're just a recipe for death.
Yeah.
You know, so when I watched that show, Lee, my question is, I don't understand why I didn't end up like that.
Yeah.
And I know that I have the prison mentality sometimes in my daily life. You know, I know I have that criminal mentality in my daily life, but it's helped me. The fire in the mornings that I have has helped me, you know, to do other things. I just can't understand. Like, it scares the shit out of me when it makes me very uncomfortable. And that's what I was just...
Maybe it has something like... I'm not a huge believer in this, but I know you are... And I know you lost your mother and you wanted to die and you were so upset. But for the 15 years that you had her, she loved you and you knew that. So I don't know if she was looking over you or maybe just in the back, like the deepest part of you. You're like, you don't want to disappoint her, so maybe like that pushed you. I don't know what.
No, I don't ever want to disappoint anybody. Especially like I told you the other day, if you give me $50 and let me sleep at your house, for years I would always call you when something good happened. Dog, I booked a commercial. Dog, I did this, because in a way I wasn't just happy for me, I was happy for you because you believed. You wouldn't have given me those $20 if you didn't believe.
Right.
Some people give you $20 to get rid of you. I knew who was giving me $20 for me to sleep and to live another day and to have my dream another day, which is the most important thing, is that no matter what happens to you, when you wake up that next day, your dream still has to be fucking strong. Whatever your dream or your desire is for that day still has to be strong, whether you want to go to vocational school and be a motorcycle mechanic, or you want to be a transvestite and cut your dick off, and you know, whatever the fuck you want to do. You know, I laugh at the two guys across the street from me. They're transvestites in progress. like you know, they get the shots, and the one guy's hair is growing. Then you'll see him, and he puts earrings on. Now he's got a bra on. The guy's been wearing a bra lately. You know, he's turning into a woman right in front of me. It didn't happen in one fucking day. You know, since I've been there the last 5 years, he's been becoming a fucking fag every fucking day. You know, whatever the fuck he's doing. I like him. I talk to both of them. The one is fucking hideous. I don't know how she's going to be a woman. She's really a man. She just throws a wig on.
Like Big Mike?
Yeah, Big Mike. Big Mike just throws a wig on and says, fuck it. That's not having fear. You know, that's... it's just amazing when you watch those MSNBC shows.
Yeah.
I walked in those shoes. And I sit there, and I still believe that was me. I still believe in a lot of ways that was me. I don't look down on it at all. I don't... anybody who talks to me and emails me and knows that I don't look down on any of that shit at all, you know?
Have you ever thought about doing one of those scared straight things with kids? To try to get them?
No, because that doesn't work as much.
It doesn't?
I don't... Listen, nothing really clicked with me till I did the work. Me bringing you into a prison and yelling at you isn't going to show you work, isn't going to show you the inside of it. If some big black guy got you and beat you on his head with his dick, that'll scare the fuck out of you when you're 15. But me, you yelling in my face is just going to make me walk out of there and be more, you know, to prove you wrong when you're 15. When you're 15, you think you know everything, and your goal is to prove your parents or society wrong. You're a fucking moron. You know, I put this tattoo on my face because people know that I'm business. You're 15, you fucking idiot. That's why you put a tattoo on your face, you fucking moron. That's why they tell you to bring your mom. That's why they tell you to bring your mom when you get a tattoo. She talks you out of a fucking tattoo on your face, you fucking idiot. But, no, that's the real deal, Lee. And it scares, it just wakes me up every fucking day.
Yeah.
People, the other day, some kid asked me, what motivates you? The thought of that.
So why do you watch the shows?
At night?
Yeah.
As a reminder.
Oh,
as a reminder of how fast things change and how fast things can't change. I could be driving down the street one day, some guy cuts me off, I flow into his energy, I give him the finger, he throws something at me, I throw a hammer at him, he dies. I do 50 years over something fucking stupid. And that's how fast your life could change. That's how fast.
Jesus.
By a movement of your fucking temper, by a movement of you haven't thought it out, that's how fast life could change. And as long as you know that, you could wake up one morning, I could look at Lee and go, I'll see you at 12. And at 11:30, I'd go to fucking 7-Eleven and try to run some motherfucker over with a car and get arrested at 11:45. That's how fast things could fucking happen. Those are the mistakes that I overcome sometimes. I do them because I'm fucking human. You know,
yeah.
You have
everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, you get fucking pissed off every day and things fucking happen. You know, let me tell you something. There are people that I hang out with in L.A. that when I see them, when I leave them, after a few hours, I feel like shit.
Yeah, I hate those people.
Like my energy, they suck my fucking energy out. They get into my head, and that's their negativity. They think they're Johnny Positive. They think they're the best people in the fucking world. But something about their character, that's why when they're around me, I know they're lying. I know their whole existence is a lie as soon as they stand next to me. But I've been around those people all my life. You know, you get to get the people's energy. You ever bump into something and everybody's seeing you get happy, like Steve Simone?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Whenever you see Steve Simone with his new haircut, it's like the sun came out.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucked up?
I've always been jealous of people like that. There's always some person in a group that I'm in that has no beef with anybody, and everybody, no one has ever had anything bad to say about somebody. And I'm like, I've always been jealous. I've always wanted that.
Nobody talks bad about you.
So there's some people who don't like me. I'm sure I've been an asshole to somebody, or cut somebody off, or did something. I mean, there's always some people.
Somebody with your car.
No, I didn't.
You tapped your fucking car. Into
I'll fucking flip this table over. But no, it's just. I've always been a nice guy, but there's a difference between being nice and it's just. And the thing is, a lot of the times, it's a religious person. So I don't know what it is, but somebody who's religious but doesn't push it on you, that person a lot of times always seems to be very happy, and no one, he never really hurts anybody. So like every once in a while, I'm like, should I be religious? Like, because they're always really positive.
You're religious, it gives you some type of belief, man.
Yeah.
And it keeps you together. I know a lot of people disagree with me when it comes to religion. That's why I don't fucking talk about it. It should be your own personal thing, and it's your own personal belief, what you believe, and what keeps you going every day. I don't care what it is, as long as you have something. It's the people who say I'm atheist, and that doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck if you're atheist. None of that shit. When it comes to me, I don't give a fuck if you vote, you don't vote, or what your religion is, because those topics always cause fucking problems. If it keeps me and you together as friends, I don't give a fuck what your angle is. Just don't push it on me.
Yeah.
You know, just don't put. There's only one person who pushes the fucking Bible on me, and that's my niece.
Really?
She heard the podcast, yeah. And she doesn't push it on me heavy. She just mentions it to me every once in a while. You know
what did she say?
I don't know. Have you read the King David side? I don't fucking know, you know? And she does it in a cute way.
We should get your niece on, because every time you talk about your niece, I'm like...
No, my wife said no. She's like, don't put her on because she's too young, and then the mother will listen to it and hear us talking about fucking stabbing motherfuckers. And she'll get upset. Why'd you put my daughter on there? So I gotta wait till she turns 18.
Your niece has met Mercy, right?
Oh yeah,
or like little, like is she like a big sister now?
Well, not really. I mean, she's 18. She's 17. When you're 17, you don't have no. You know, it's tough to. But she likes Mercy, and my niece is very sweet, and she said a couple things in the last year that has really made me turn my head around at her, because she once, and whatever we were talking, she goes, you know, I want to go back to school, Uncle Joey. I get a degree so I can take care of you when you get old. She says little things to me. She's very sweet, my niece. You know, she grew up without a dad. So that hole is there. And she had problems with somebody a couple of years ago at the church. Some guy, an older guy, and her got into it. And she just, you could see that she, you know, met my wife. She said something when we were dating that destroyed me. She goes, I could always tell that you were missing a mom. You just have that thing that you're missing a mom. Yeah. She goes, you just have that. It makes you a different person.
Has she explained it? Like what she meant by it?
She told me when I was doing blow one night. She didn't know I was doing blow, and it just freaked me the fuck out. It made me think, you know, because at least she paid attention. No other woman had told me that. You know, that's very interesting.
Like, did she say what it was that she could tell it was missing?
She said I was missing a mother's love. That there was something about me that you could tell, but that I was very sweet. But I could have been sweeter. Lee, motherfucking Syatt, the church of what's happening now. Get up, drink your coffee, do a little fucking stretch your back out, stretch your hands, your feet. Get out there, motherfuckers. It's a beautiful day to be alive. You're going to sit there with your thumb up your ass. Life's against me. Who gives a fuck? Everybody's against you, but don't let them know. Just get up, wash your balls, and get the fuck out there, Lee. Get out there, Lee, cocksucker.
Get out there.
So I walked down to the corner where I live, where there's been offices all my fucking life. In fact, Gray Drake used to have her office in there. That's how I found out about him. I walked down there to do podcasts twice.
Oh, wow.
Something made me walk down there. I walked, I pressed the buzzer, and I went in, and the guy's name was Victor, and I talked to him a little bit, and he goes, at the funeral parlor across the street, rented all the 4 offices, but there's one office they're not sure of. He was going to contact them today and let them know it's got windows, air conditioning. We have our own door to the street. We could smoke dope in there if we want to. We could yell and scream. Yeah, so we'll find there's 2 places that has the outdoor. It's like a hotel.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It's outside. They were recovery. They were like redone hotels. That's what I want for the office. I want windows. I don't want to be trapped like this. This is an anxiety fucking box. There's no fucking air. Everybody wants to put the air down to 74. When you were in Vegas, you set the air conditioning. You notice it was fucking lying to you.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, that's why you sweat a fucking night in Vegas, because it said it's 60, but it's really 89. They don't fucking put
the Trump was cool. I didn't notice it there, but as soon as I get into a hotel room, that's what I go for. I turn it into the coldest possible.
Do you really?
I fucking love it.
Me too. Yeah. And they told it's 55. This ain't 55.
You want 55?
I go down to 55 if I can. There's some hotels that go down to fucking 50. They're really 60. They always lie to you by 10 because they don't want to spend the fucking money. They want to save. That's like this office we went to the other day. They're like, we keep it at 74 all day. This California bitch.
Yeah.
So gonna do dick. It's gonna be 90 in fucking July. Gotta turn that nigga up to fucking 50.
Where were you? I think maybe you were in Tennessee, and it was last year. Because when I went to Tempe, it was an older one where you couldn't do the temperature, but it's like high cool, low cool.
Right.
And I turned it to high cool. I left it for fucking all day, and I woke up shivering.
Oh yeah, in Arizona, don't fuck around.
But you did it. You did it once, I think, at your wife's family, and he started peeing on the floor from the bed.
Oh, you think I'm
and it fucking, I don't know, I think he said it on stage like once, and it fucking killed me for months. Like, he started like peeing around the room from the bed.
I'm fucking around, dog. When it gets cold in there, I don't want to get up. That's what's mean to be fucking cold in the middle of the night. I love it. I love being. The only way I can sleep is fucking freezing.
Yeah.
I like putting the blanket over my head with that sleep apnea tube flowing out like a fucking.
Oh, it's over your head?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that freaks me out. I can't do that.
I put the blanket over my head, and how I breathe is with the sleep apnea tube. That's why I like it freezing. I want to.
Do you put your foot out?
Not even close. Everything stays underneath.
Oh, I have to have my foot. I have at least have one foot out, and my head's always out.
Jew hem hock sticking out there.
Goddamn right.
Stinking like a.
Pretty soon it's gonna be summer. I'm gonna be wearing slippers. Gonna wear my yarmulke.
You ain't gonna wear no fucking slippers.
Gonna bring hummus. I'm gonna have to bring hummus to the new office.
You're not bringing hummus to the new fucking office because I don't even want hummus. That's a no hummus zone.
You know where I hear they have good hummus?
Where? In your asshole?
Austin, Texas.
They have no fucking hummus there. They kill people who eat hummus. Did you know that? They kill people who eat hummus
on site.
Go to Houston or Dallas. They'll kill you. I'll take you to Midland.
Okay.
Go eat fucking hummus in Midland so you don't have a bullet in your fucking head. Before you even dip that chip in, it'll be like one of those Kennedy bullets that'll fucking take you right. You just fall. That's all you hear. And the next thing you know, you're sleeping in fucking hummus. You fucking momos.
I'll die happy.
We're only eating at 2 places in fucking Austin: Papacitos and Papa Do's. That's it. I'm going to Papa Do's.
I'm not going to stand in line for 12 hours for that barbecue.
You're going to go fetch it first.
I'm going to go fetch it.
I'm going to give you like 50.
You're going to get nothing left. I'm going to eat all the brisket on the way back.
Take a cab. You can stand on the line all fucking day. When you get back, just send me some potato salad, mac and cheese, and a little brisket.
Oh, I love potato salad.
I'm telling you, you're going to live like a doctor down there. The fucking Papacitos, Papa Do's is walking distance from the hotel.
Okay.
I don't play games. That hotel is great.
Now, do they have other stuff besides seafood stuff or no?
I don't know. I don't ask questions. You eat what they fucking give you. Right?
They don't. No restaurant just gives you anything.
Lobster bisque.
Lobster. I know.
They got lobster bisque. They got nice crab and shrimp salad.
You don't have a steak? When I go to Texas, I'm gonna have I want to have a steak.
Maybe
that just
we'll
on. I'm like, steak. I want. If I ask for vegetables, they laugh at me and give me another fucking steak.
Wait till I take you to Papacitos and you call the girlfriend and tell her fuck you and your mom. Wait till I take you to Papacitos and you pick up the phone and go fuck you and your mom. That ain't dick with you motherfuckers.
Really?
That's cat food.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, you motherfuckers serve me as cat food.
What do you get at Papacitos?
Everything. That bone way with some fucking rice and beans and a salad. Oof. You're in Texas, motherfucker. This is some Tex-Mex shit. We're gonna go to Chewy's. We're gonna get the Elvis chicken. On Wednesday is the Elvis chicken. On Monday, it's the sour cream and whatever enchiladas. What are you fucking nuts? Well, nobody goes to Chewy. I'm gonna buy you a swirl margarita at Chewy's. You little asshole. You're gonna want to sniff a girl's asshole when I get through with you. You understand?
No,
we're
going
to Austin, Texas. You have no idea.
Ookie Spooky lives in Texas.
Ookie Spooky's bringing one of her girls to fart in your fucking mouth. You're gonna take 3 farts to the mouth in Texas, one a night. You don't even know these things yet. You're going for the full gummy bear. We're gonna put a wig on you. It's all over.
I did the full gummy bear once. It was the night for the Ari. That was the worst.
You'll be fine. You're as tough as fucking nails. You understand me? Don't worry about the gummy bears or the sucky bears or the fucking whatever. It's just. I always think about that shit. How come I didn't get affected like that? Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing. When I watch MSNBC, everybody always has the same story, that they come from a broken bone. They come from a broken home.
Well, it's obviously on your mind, so let's break it down. Broken home. You didn't come from a broken home. I mean, your mom
passed,
but you always had the people. Like, you were never on the you were on the street, but like you had the benders and you had those people who were there for you.
Right.
So maybe they just didn't have that. Like, I mean, even though it sucks, like, no one would want to have to live in the bender's basement or with the runnies. No one would, on paper.
I didn't live in the bender's basement. I had a nice little fucking bedroom with air conditioning and a cat. None of that. There was no suffering.
Okay.
I could lie to you and tell you that, oh my God, I slept in the basement with roaches crawling on top of me. I'm not going to tell you that. That's a fucking bullshit story. I never had roaches crawling on top of me. The worst that got me was that night I snorted blow and woke up next to the dog shit.
That's pretty bad.
And that was bad in my eyes. That was bad. But it's just, I saw Juan shoot that Nico guy on 148th. Mm-hmm. And I always laugh about it. When I was 8, I laughed the whole way home. I mean, when you see your stepfather shoot somebody, you're always like, God damn. This is tremendous. When you see your dad shoot somebody, can you imagine if you see a little scene?
No.
Little Dickie Syatt shoot somebody at one of his fucking... and nobody called the cops. And nobody... it was those type of days. You could shoot somebody and get away with it. Nobody's going to call the cops on you. The people he shot... Even the guy he shot never ratted him out. That's
Jesus.
the word. That's what men do, bro. They go back with a gun or they shut their fucking mouth and live with it. Somebody shoots you at night, you recover. That dude who shot you knows it's on. He's either got to face the music or he's going to leave town. Jesus. If he's got balls, he's going to stay in town and duke it out with you. He shot you already. The word's on the street, he shot you. Now it's your move. People are going to look at you and go, is he weak? Or are you going to go back and shoot him?
So why didn't he go back and shoot him?
Because he was weak.
Holy fuck.
First of all, anybody who has the balls to shoot you,
yeah,
there's no coming back. Some people could tell you a cocksucker. Some people could bitch slap you. Some people could hit you with their car. Somebody who pulls out a gun and shoots you is at an all-time high of fucking craziness.
Yeah.
Craziness. That's just fucking craziness, Why didn't I get affected? I laughed the whole way home. I never told anybody that story till I got into my fucking 40s on stage.
Well, Juan wasn't proud of it. Like, he always had guns around, but like you said when you went back, you're like, remember when you shot that guy? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea. He wouldn't cop to anything, even if you caught him.
So it wasn't like the guy who has tattoos on his face. It's like Juan's like, this guy's being a fucking asshole, and I gotta stand up for myself. But it's not like he went over there to shoot the guy.
One thing that Juan stressed that I'm really a fan of is Juan never wanted to let nobody know his business. Juan didn't have to let when this guy died and had millions of dollars, not like he drove a Maserati and wore a suit every day. He didn't like that. I got that quality from him. You know, I look at Juan for a lot of negative things I learned from him, but goddamn, he taught me a lot of positive things. You know, it's like the guy who talks money around me, in front of me, fucking irritates the shit out of me. Somebody who brags that they did this or they flew to fucking Europe. You know when somebody's telling you a story, and you know when somebody's talking shit and bragging. You know the difference when somebody's dropping names or they're fucking dropping money situations or what. You know, Juan, you couldn't get nothing out of Juan. The cars he drove were pieces of shit. The car he drove till he died was the car he had when my mother died.
No way.
Yeah, and he still had bullet holes in it. There was 2 little bullet holes in the side. A big Coronado of El Dorado Coronado. That thing probably gets 8 miles to the fucking gallon.
So what did he do? He just went home at night and counted the money?
He went home at night. When he died, he lived in the 4th floor of an apartment building that had no fucking elevator. Oof. He would walk 4 floors every day at 76 fucking years old. Do you understand me? But he did that to keep himself sharp. That was his way of keeping himself sharp. He knew that if he moved, he had to walk up those stairs. When I was a kid, he was a big exercise guy. He was always doing calisthenics. He was always, even at 50, he was always doing something like that. That's where I get that from. I try to shun him off sometimes because of my inner things. I can't believe he did those things to me after my mother died. But I learned a lot from Juan. And that was one of the lessons, was that empty barrels make the most fucking noise. To keep your mouth shut, go in the back. You don't have to show people that you have a Cadillac. You don't have to show people a wad of money. You don't have to have all this fucking, you know, as long as you know you're the baddest motherfucker in the room, that's all that matters. I used to fucking laugh at him, how, you know, but no, I learned a lesson that he didn't say nothing to you. Nothing. He never opened up his fucking mouth. But I know by watching him and by how he dressed and how he got ready to go out at night that when he was in the room, in the back of his head, he was the baddest motherfucker in the room. And he always had to fucking prove it. If shit cracked up, he rose to it. And that's why he shot that dude that night. I mean, that stays with me forever. And I love him for it. I love him for the experience. I love for the balls of it. He just had balls. It was over a fucking statement. He shot this man over a statement. And he wasn't drinking. He wasn't arguing. He just looked at the guy, went into the back room, got a 45, and walked out there. And went, and the guy was still talking shit. And he shot him in the fucking leg. And we got in the car, and he threw the gun in the fucking Hudson River. And we went home. And it's like it never happened the next day. It's like it never happened. I still remember eating breakfast. It's like it never fucking happened. We just, you know, it was just a bad night. We didn't discuss it at the dinner table. Like I said, years later, 30 years later, I brought it up to the guy, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I fucking died of laughter. I'm like, this is why I love this guy. And that's who I am. As much as I want to regret that I'm Juan in a lot of ways, I really am. This shit of getting up early, this is taught to me by Juan and my mother. I remember having summer vacations, and one summer, Juan bought a flower shop. That's what he would do. He would just buy shit. Like, he would just buy a fucking business and learn about it as he went. And I remember him buying a flower shop and him going, I can't believe I can only sell flowers in the flower shop. So he would get summer kids. He would get kids that needed jobs. Yeah. And me and him would go into the city at 4 in the fucking morning. 4 in the morning. We were 7, 6, 8, those ages in the summers. Instead of fucking around with my friends, I'd go with him, pick up gladiolos, the long flowers, and pick up roses, white ones, long stems. And then I had to take them back at 4 in the morning. I had to de-stem them. Okay. You gotta fucking, I learned how to de-stem roses when I was 7 and 8. Blah, blah. You know, that's the work ethic. This is why this shit doesn't surprise me. But this is what I want to instill in my daughter. This is why I always take my daughter out first thing in the daytime and show her the sun. You gotta get going, you little fuck. You gotta get going. I want to instill this in you now because this is how it was instilled in me, you know? Pretty fucking interesting stuff, how we do get a lot of stuff from our parents.
Oh, yeah. That's fucking, and you always fight it. But you realize, like, I'm my mom and my dad. It's just you can't fight it. But so did you sell the flowers? Like, did you go out on the street corners and sell them?
I think I did it once or twice. I was too young. He had other guys that went on 86th Street in Manhattan, and they would sell you. They would prepare bouquets and sell them to you. I saw that in the early 70s done, and he used to do it outside of banks. He would go as soon as they come out of a bank. Everybody's happy. They want to buy something, so that's where they'll buy flowers for their wife outside of a bank.
That's hysterical.
The happiest you are is when you cash a check.
Oh, yeah.
That's the happiest, is when you get your fucking paper in your hand on a Friday. So he would always go, you got to catch them when they're fucking happy. This guy was a criminal. This guy was in and out of jail. How the fuck did he know how to market?
Yeah.
He knew how to market.
It's common sense. I love, ever since I started putting the pictures of the check on the receipt, I always get a receipt now. At the ATM, you can get a receipt with the picture of the check on it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to look at that.
And what do? You just look at the check for a little while?
Paula made fun of me for fucking days. When I'm in Vegas and I have my little bankroll, if I'm up, I'll count that shit all night. I'll put in little piles. I'll count it. I'll spread it. I'll do like a little fan. There's nothing I like more than playing with money. I love it.
Yeah, that's what it means to be Jewish.
Fuck yeah!
Can't you wait to get $1 million fucking and take a bath with singles,
Ooh.
And then take a bath with 50s and rub them all over your asshole and your nutsack?
When I was really young, my dad worked in nightclubs, and he was really successful. And I remember every day he would just have. He never had a wallet. He would always have just like the folded, and my mom would go and he'd give her like a couple $100 to do whatever she needed to do.
Did he have a
day.
Jew bankroll, or did he have a real bank?
I think he had a real one. I mean, I never.
A Jew bankroll is 300s over 100 singles to make it look big.
No, what he had was to get into his nightclub dances. It was $5, so he had like 1,000 fives usually. But it was just like, and he talks about it now. Is he used to carry thousands of dollars, and it's not necessary. But you never feel better than when you have like a full wallet. It's fucking it's something that shouldn't affect you. But just I don't know if it's because I'm Jewish or what. But fucking, I mean, you carry a little bit of cash, but everything now is credit cards.
When it's really weird. I like to have cash.
Yeah.
Because I know about emergencies.
Yeah. That's what I fuck up. Yeah.
I'm always scared that there's an earthquake. And they knocked the central system off the fucking Bank of America.
Yeah.
Or the other bank, and everybody's account goes to zero. What the fuck are we going to do?
Oh.
What the fuck are we going to do? And that's going to happen. Somebody's going to come up with that scam and just go, this is it. We're going to fucking zit the bank systems and everybody's fucking money's going to go back to zero.
I don't want to think about that.
And we're not going to know how much money you really have. You're not going to know. You're going to have to go to the bank and fight them. I had $700,000. No, you didn't. What the fuck are you going to do, Lee? This is going to happen someday. It's going to happen here in L.A. during an earthquake.
Yeah.
It could happen anywhere else. They're going to blame it on an electrical short or something like that. You don't see this coming? I see it coming.
Well, I built my fucking earthquake kit after the last couple things. I spent like $300.
Come on.
On Amazon, I have 2 kits now. One's in my car and one's at home.
What do you got in the car?
I got a change of clothes. I got pants, like something like gym pants. I got change of underwear, change of socks, shirt. I got something that will cut my seatbelt if it's jammed or whatever. I got a water bottle.
Where is the jammer for the?
It's in the bag. I actually have to put the bag in my car. They're both sitting because I just built them. I got a water bottle with a filter in it, so I could always just pour water into it if I needed to. I got a flashlight. I got a bunch of D batteries, and then I just went on and there's Nature Valley granola bars. I bought a box of like 96. I just put half in each bag, and I'm just ready to go.
You ready?
If there's a big one, because there's been a bunch of fucking big ones.
You got a big fucking Rambo knife?
I should probably get a knife.
You're not thinking you gotta get a big knife? You might as well get a gun too, Lee. You get a couple fucking guns first. You know what I'm saying? You're at that age. You need a fucking 45 and a bazooka. You're Jewish. You never thought about having a fucking bazooka?
No.
You ever see those Jews in Israel with the fucking bazookas and shit? That none of them are your cousins.
No, those are the fucking.
Those are real deal motherfuckers and shit there.
But no, I mean,
Israel don't have bazookas with all the money they got.
They have bazookas, but the people who are throwing it over the borders are the Palestinians. Motherfuckers.
Those are Tripoli's cousins.
I don't want to talk about it because I always get yelled at when I talk about this shit.
What, the Palestinians?
Yeah.
You like them?
No, I understand both sides are doing the wrong thing. But I mean, it's your home team. It's my home team is Israel, so I'm going to always support them more. I understand both sides are fucked up and they shouldn't be doing it. But come on, you're sending missiles over the fuck. If Mexico was sending missiles over the border, they'd fucking do stuff to Mexico.
What happened to the fucking Israel flag? This is why this office didn't work out, cocksucker.
I'll bring it. The first thing I do,
I'll
bring it.
You never brought the fucking flag with you. I told you from day one that the fucking flag was supposed to be it. Ooh, you hear that little fart fee?
A little fart. You just shit in your pants.
No, it wasn't shit.
Yes,
my
you
pants
did.
were just a little drop. What do you think? I'm going to sit here with shit in my pants? How old the fuck do you think I am? What's the matter with you?
What would you do if you were sitting there right now and did that fart and a little shit came out?
I would fly to the bathroom and throw my underwear in the fucking toilet. That's
you don't
what I
wear
would
underwear.
do. Well, then I would throw my jeans in the toilet and sit here fucking naked for the rest of the podcast. I don't fucking know. You know when you're going to shit, when you're going to fart. You know. Did you take a whiff
I
of
made
this?
a mistake a few weeks
Did you take
ago.
a whiff of this?
No, I don't want to.
Take a whiff of this. This is real. This is fucking shrimp cocktail with a salad last night for dinner.
Oh, I love some cocktail.
Ooh.
But oh, jeez.
You smell it? Huh?
No, I'm closing my nose on purpose.
You know, I'm starting to smell more now since I stopped smoking pot.
Really? Well, that makes sense.
I lost my sense of smell, man. I can't believe I didn't smell a lot of shit. Now I could smell shit at the house. I could smell cat piss. I could fucking smell it for years. My wife was saying, "You smell that? I don't fucking smell nothing."
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that it would burn your nose hairs or something. I'm not really sure.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. The sense of smell just went the fuck away, man. Oof. I wish I you know, I didn't know. I don't fucking know nothing, Lee. I'm not a doctor.
Now what you gotta do is you gotta try to sniff an asshole. Maybe you'll be on my side.
No, please. That's the sense. Listen, when you sniff an asshole or you go down on a woman, everything, your senses all open up. You're excited. So you sniff everything, and that's the whole.
Yeah, but if you had no sense of smell,
can
what
you
do you
imagine
mean?
sniffing a girl's ass and it don't smell like a little bit of fucking something wang to it?
That'd be amazing.
No, it's got to. You don't want when you eat pussy. You want it to smell like skin and soap.
Well, no, that's a little different.
You stick your
there's no
finger
shit
in
in
there
the
and work
pussy.
that motherfucker, and that little fucking dust comes out. You want that to have some wang.
There's dust coming out.
I don't fucking know.
I think you're doing it wrong.
You gotta have some wang to it, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's different. There's no shit coming out of there.
Why are you so sensitive about shit? What's the matter with you?
It's
not like
fucking.
you ate shit one day when you were a kid.
No, I didn't.
So then what's the problem with shit? You don't like eating pussy? Nothing.
No, I do.
You're a nasty cocksucker. You know that?
Goddamn right. We watched Con Air with Ricky last night, and I love that Dave Chappelle line. Your breath smells like shit. He told me he loved me. You ever seen that movie?
What?
Con Air?
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you guys, Con Air?
What's wrong with Con Air?
I don't know. I thought you guys would do something different.
We did. No, we did a new one. We did Bringing Out the Dead.
How was Bringing Out the Dead's a good fucking
Bringing
movie.
Out the Dead's fucking
That's
intense.
a great fucking movie. I haven't seen that in years.
Woo.
Did that get good reviews?
No, apparently it bombed.
It bombed. Yeah. That's a good movie. You know what I'm doing tonight? I'm going to Amelia Rivera's party.
Oh, shit.
Water and Power downtown.
What are you dropping names?
No, he was on the podcast.
I know.
And he called last night. Do you want to go or you have a podcast this evening?
I have a podcast.
What time is your podcast?
7.
That's what time the thing is. He's going to have a movie and food. And he put a name on a tent.
Oh, shit.
And everything's fucking beautiful here. Who's this?
What's up, Joey?
Who's this?
It's Ed Suarez.
There's my brother. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you, man?
Are you just waking up? See, I woke you up, cocksucker.
No. I've been up.
You were up jumping up and down last night with Glover Texera and shit.
That's it.
How's Baltimore, my friend?
Baltimore is Baltimore, man. If you go 2 blocks away from where we're at, man, I'm scared.
Really?
Nervous.
It's the fucking Wire, 2014.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know they shot somebody at the comedy club there? Did you know
What'd
that?
you say?
They shot somebody at the comedy club there. That's how fucking
When?
Baltimore doesn't fuck around. Even Anderson Silva would have a hard time in fucking Baltimore. When they shoot somebody at a comedy club, that's like shooting somebody at fucking Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who goes to Disneyland to shoot somebody? That's a miserable cocksucker. Who leaves a comedy club and shoots somebody? That happened at that fucking club there. So that just goes to... And I have no problems with Baltimore. I think it's going to be a fucking great weekend for fights and everything. Ed Suarez, how the fuck are you? You a friend of the family? I don't see you no more. We don't talk.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, everything's good, man. Just been traveling quite a bit lately. You know, we had Big Nog's fight in Abu Dhabi, and then now we got Glover's fight. We had Rafael Dos Anjos fight this past Saturday. So we've had April's been a busy month for us here.
Let me ask you this.
I know you flew home with George the other day.
Your
right?
partner, the most interesting man in the world.
He is the world's most interesting man for sure.
Let me ask you something. What type of deal do you have with American Airlines? Are you Platinum Express also? Platinum, whatever? He was telling me.
Well, no. He's American. I'm United, man.
Are you really? He told me he's Platinum something. He doesn't even. He just all he has to do is call, and they don't even fucking answer the phone. They know he gets a free plane ticket or something.
No, it's not. It's not. He doesn't get a free ticket, but he gets upgraded. Actually, he's got that platinum status on American, and I have the 1K status on United.
1K, fuck! I'm so far away from you guys, and I fly every weekend. That's because you fly to Brazil and London and Dubai and shit. I fucking travel in this fucking country. That's it.
Yeah, on United last year I hit 1 million miles, so now I'm a premier executive for life.
Oh my God, 1 million miles in 1 year! Jesus Christ! Listen, man, you and your partner George is some of or probably the best management team in MMA. You guys have Lyoto and Anderson and Glover and Rafael, and you got your little Brazilian mafia there and a couple of white guys. That's the name of your motto, the Brazilian mafia and a couple of white guys. And it's no mistake. You guys are champions. I mean, I've loved you since I met you. You're a successful dude. What's going on with Anderson Silva these days? I see him fucking hitting the Muay Thai punching bag. He looks beautiful.
No, he's doing good. I actually spoke with him last night. He's feeling good. He's training. I mean, he's doing really well. I haven't seen him in probably about a good 6 weeks. When I got back in town, or actually he was out of town, and then right when he got back in town, I had to leave town again. So I'll probably be hooking up with them on Monday. We're probably gonna have breakfast when I get home on Sunday from Baltimore. Hopefully with that light heavyweight title around Glover's waist.
Jesus Christ, this is going to be a great fucking fight. I don't even know who else was on the card, but it doesn't even matter. I watched the end of the whatever show last night, the countdown show. I didn't even know Phil Davis and Anthony Johnson. I didn't even know Anthony Johnson was back in the UFC. That's how busy I've been lately. I'm like you. And I didn't know Tim Bosch was fighting Luke Brockwell, but it doesn't matter. Compared to John Jones Glover, I mean, the guy's won 20 fights in a row. I mean, you could see he's not fucking around.
No, he's focused, man. I was with him yesterday, man. He's very focused, very relaxed, very confident. He's had his eye on this prize for a long time, and he's just looking forward to getting in there Saturday night and trying to take that belt back with him.
One thing I love this is just such a fucking perfect fight. This couldn't be written any better. The styles, I can't wait to see, John Jones is a wrestler. He takes this motherfucker down. This guy could fucking submit you. That's a difference. Yeah. I mean, Vitor could submit you. I mean, Vitor almost had John Jones, and I'm sure that you guys were looking at that tape and whatnot, but this guy's jiu-jitsu, and he's a big guy, and he's strong. I'm going to be sitting.
And he's very good. I mean, he made it to. I think he got third place in Abu Dhabi a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know he was an Abu Dhabi guy till about a month ago. I looked at his. I mean, this guy. When you go to Abu Dhabi, you got to bring it. And John Jones has had a lot of accomplishments, but Abu Dhabi does something to your jiu-jitsu. It does something to your confidence. It's like me getting an HBO special. It just bumps you up a level. So I know that, I know that John Jones has gone up against every fucking formidable opponent in the 205 division.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a very complete fighter. Glover is, he's a guy who, he's got good boxing skills. He's got heavy hands. He's got good wrestling. And his jiu-jitsu is very good. So, he's definitely a complete fighter. He's trained and he's prepared to take the fight wherever it goes. So I think it's going to be a great fight, man. Once again, you can't disregard John Jones for his accomplishments. I mean, I believe this is going to be his 7th title defense, I believe. So
yes.
I mean, that's the record for a light heavyweight champion. So you definitely can't underestimate his accomplishments. But I think Glover is prepared and up for the battle.
No, this is, and it's funny. Now, he trained at America's Top Team. If you watched the UFC last week, America's Top Team did very well. And I know that there's the Black House Gym and America's Top Team, and you have all these. It's funny, when I started watching UFC, the big camp was Iowa, That was the
exactly.
big camp.
It was Militich Fighting
Militich Fighting Systems, and AKA was very big when I got into it. They had this was before Kane, when they just had Kochick, the one kid, and John Fitch, and Mike Quick Swick. And now the tide has changed. It's pretty much Greg Jackson's and an American Top Team. I mean, and that's why he trained an American Top Team, but he's still with John up at the Kempo place, right? He's still gonna.
Yeah. Well, he did his last. He did his last couple camps at American Top Team, but Glover's kind of a little bit of a nomad. He travels around a little bit. He likes to train at Black House. He really likes California. The guys at the American Top Team are just a great set of guys over there. He's got good training there. But I know deep down inside he really likes California. And eventually I think he'll probably be making most of his camps out in California. He just likes the weather better. He just likes California a lot better.
Isn't Lyoto out here also now?
What'd you say?
Is Lyoto in California training also?
Oh yeah. Lyoto trains out of LA too. Yeah, we're training at Black House.
It's amazing that if you live here and train here, I mean, you cannot lose if you really. There's no excuses. There's no excuses.
Yeah, I mean, there's such an abundance of training in Southern California. I mean, from the top people in the world in the ground. I mean, you can get great boxing, get great Muay Thai. I mean, there's just a lot of options for a professional fighter in Southern California, from Los Angeles to San Diego. I mean, there's it's pretty much a hotbed of martial arts.
Just in my neighborhood, just in the neighborhood where I run in Hollywood, Justin Fortune is back with Pacquiao now. I think now he's got Miguel Cotto back over there or somebody else at the gym. I heard from McAfoley. Just if you were in Hollywood, you could do your strength and conditioning at Justin Fortune's, which is on Sunset and Gardner or Sunset and Sierra Bonita. Then you get in your car and you go a half a mile to fucking Cabrinhas, where Verdum is at, and fucking Babalu. And then from there, you go to fucking the boxing guy. Right up the corner is fucking Pacquiao's boxing guy, that little gym.
Oh, Roach.
That's in a 2-mile radius. That's not talking about 10th Planet. That's not talking about Gracie Barra on whatever. That's not
talking about Black House. That's not talking about. And that's only in L.A.
That's only in L.A.
And then you start moving south, and then you've got Black House in the South Bay. Then you've got of course the Gracies right there in Torrance. Then you've got King's MMA. Then you've got Mark Munoz is down at Rain. Then you've got Alliance down in San Diego.
That's right, Alliance is in San Diego. I mean, it's just even if you look up here, I'm in the Valley. In the Valley, you could train at Vinny Curto's place for your hands, and you could shoot over to John Jock. It's all within a few miles.
Yeah.
I mean, the Valley.
And then the Valley, they got that Glendale training where Ronda Rousey trains.
Where Ronda Rousey trains.
Ellenberger's training there too.
It's something to I live down the block from the Hall of Fame Museum. Who's Benny the Jet? We're right around the corner from Benny the Jet School. My office right now, our office for the church, is right around the corner from Benny the Jet School. That's how fucking close. Yeah. Benny the fucking Jet teaches kickboxing 2 blocks from here. I'm maybe 150 yards from Gokor.
It's where it all started.
We're 150 yards from Gokor.
All started right in that area.
Yeah, they have the Black Belt Hall of Fame. Right from walking distance from where I live is Valley Martial Arts Supply. That's where Gokor goes in the afternoons and asks us, what's his name? Gene LaBelle is in there in the afternoons.
Gene LaBelle, yeah.
That's the oldest martial arts supply school in fucking California. Bruce Lee used to go there. Right there on Lankershim Boulevard. It's a little school it's a little shop next to a Kempo school where they teach in Spanish, Ed Suarez. That's how different the Valley is. The guy teaches in Spanish only, Kempo Karate. He's one of Ed Parker's guys. But he's a Mexican dude and just teaches. It's amazing. It's amazing what's available to you now if you really want to fly through the fucking air and beat people up in the octagon, Ed Suarez.
That's it, man. And LA's the spot to do it.
You still been training, Ed Suarez?
Nah, man. I don't train
anymore.
Once in a while, I'll put a gi on and go train at the Gracies, but not very often.
You look good. You're looking thin. You look good. I saw you in the Countdown show with your man Glover. You look good. You look healthy.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
No, you got a busy fucking summer. You also got Machida fighting our boy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got Machida fighting Weidman, and and on top of that, we got the RFAs. We got our next RFA is going to be in June 6th in LA. And then it looks like, we've got just this summer, June, we've got 2 RFA events. July, we got one. In August, we got one. So we'll have 4 events over a 3-month span there for the RFA, too, on top of all the fights.
Now, let me ask you this. The RFAs, where are the ones in June? Because I know you have them. I'm out of town, but I like to go to one of them and sit there and fuck around with you for a few hours.
Yeah, June 6th is going to be in Culver City at the Veterans Memorial.
Okay, I'm in Utah that weekend. Where else?
Okay, and then June 27th, right now, it looks like we're going to be going to either St. Louis or possibly Utah. We're just looking around for June 27th, and then July 25th will be in Denver. And then it looks like August 22nd, most likely we're going to be coming back to Los Angeles again.
Okay, so I'll leave that date open so I go down there and fuck around with you guys. That's tremendous.
That would be awesome.
Now, this RSA, what kind of league is this? It's still an octagon, or?
Yeah, it's still an octagon, man. That's basically we're the developmental organization for the UFC. We went out there and we licensed the octagon because I wanted to kind of emulate and get these guys prepared to move up and do the UFC as best as possible, and we're actually doing a pretty good job of it. I mean, last night I was counting how many guys we've put in the UFC. We've done about 14 shows, and I believe we've put 13 guys in the UFC.
Jesus Christ. I mean, listen, your management team, is a champion management team. You guys have had champions in a couple different weight divisions. What does it entail to be a good manager? Let these people know what. I mean, obviously you got the best, Ed.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, man, I believe you just got to be solid, man. You got to be a man of your word, and when guys are looking for management, you got to trust your management. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, you have to have that sort of a relationship. It's a lot of hard work. People say, "What do you do as a manager?" I mean, it's almost kind of like it's almost easier to say what we don't do. I mean, it goes from, you name it. As a manager, we do it. You know what I mean? From everything from personal stuff to business stuff to coordinating their help coordinate their training, where they're going to train at, when they travel abroad to train, all the logistics. I mean, it's a lot of things. And then we're talking about negotiating contracts, going out there and looking for sponsors, and a lot of our fighters are being foreign fighters. When they come to the United States, it's much different than having an American fighter here, and you could send him. The guy has a fight in the UFC. You send him to the UFC. He does all that, but we kind of have to be there by their side, help translate for them, and kind of navigate them through the weekly obligations that come up when you're fighting on a show like the UFC.
Now, do you guys manage Chow Magalhães? He fought last...
Kyle Magalhães?
Yes.
No, we don't manage him, but he's really good friends with Glover, and he's a good friend of ours. But we don't actually manage him now.
He fought last week, and
he looked good. Huh?
Oh my God! And it was the saddest thing from a different perspective, because the guy he fought fucked up. He made his family come. They put on T-shirts. They brought the baby. They had a headband on the baby. The whole neighborhood was there. And that Chow Magalhães came out like a fucking cannonball. I mean, that's all I could...
He came out like a savage, man.
He came out like a fucking savage. That like when you go for your unemployment check on the 5th, or your welfare check, and it ain't there. When you leave that office, you're going to stab a motherfucker, because you already had plans. You had the crack pipe ready. That motherfucker, they must have told him something. Like, they must have whispered in his ear, this guy wants to fuck your girlfriend in the ass. because he came out of it and just punched this guy. And this guy,
I think what they told him is they said, man, if you don't win this fight, you're going to end up uglier than you already are.
Oh my!
And he said, there's no way in hell. He said, there's no way in hell I can do that. And he went out there and knocked the dude's head off.
He came out and he had the guy. He punched him, and I felt so bad for the guy because then the guy kept looking at his family. He was so embarrassed for them. He kept thinking like, why did I bring him here to watch me get beat up? But the funny thing was, like, his brother was a redneck, and he kept yelling at the ref, he still had a chance. Why'd you stop it? Well, because your fucking guy was getting punched in the fucking head 50 fucking times. He saved his life.
Yeah.
Take the beat and go home and enough. Next time, don't get fucking shirts. Now you got to walk out of the arena with those shirts on, and your boy fucking got beat up. That's why I don't wear fucking shirts. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's a lot of pressure, man. I've never had to do that, but I'm imagining that would be a lot of pressure, man, to walk out into your hometown and fight on a stage like the UFC. I mean, I would think, I guess it just depends which way you look at it, but I mean, it would be nice to have that little bit of a hometown advantage, but I would also think that the pressure would escalate quite a bit, knowing that you're fighting in your hometown with all your friends and family there watching you live. I don't know. Like I said, I've never fought, so I couldn't tell you what it'd feel like, but I'm just imagining it would probably be pretty intense,
The other morning when we got on the plane with George and Radum and a bunch of people on the plane, just about when I went to sit down, Joe Rogan looked over at me real quietly, and he goes, I would never want to be a fucking fighter. And I didn't even ask him why. I just put my earphones and thought about it. And you have no idea this. I read a bunch of articles about people bad-mouthing like GSP, because of his decision to step away and whatever personal problems he had. And they have no idea. I bet you the first time Anderson lost that time, when he got in the car at one point, he goes, thank God, it's over. Thank God. Thank God this pressure is over.
It does. I mean, it's, people have no
idea
the sort of pressure. They have no idea what sort of pressure, because at the end of the day, this sport is a very cruel sport for the fighters, you look at a guy and he gets knocked out, and it's the worst feeling in the world, but it's almost like that thrill, because you know that every time you walk into that octagon, you have a chance to make history. You have a chance to have an incredible fight. You have the potential of that, and when you do, it's one of those greatest feelings in the world. You know what I mean? I mean, I like I said, I've never fought, but I've made that walk so many times with Anderson and with Lyoto, with Nogueira, with all the guys that I've made that walk with, and I've had some incredible moments. You know what I mean? When I look back at my career as a manager, I sit back and I think, wow, man. I mean, some of the most memorable moments in mixed martial arts, being on the good side and on the bad side, I've been involved with Anderson Silva knocking out Rich Franklin, with Nogueira submitting Tim Sylvia, with Lyoto knocking out Rashad Evans. But I've also been on some of the most devastating moments when, Anderson breaking his leg, the way he broke it, things like that. So, I've been on one side of the fence and I've been on the other, and and people can say what they want, but until you're right there in that moment, it's a pretty intense feeling.
It's really weird. He also made a statement to me that when we sat down, and I got mad the other day with me and Lee. Lee's the co-host. Say hello to Ed Suarez, the Flying Jew. We were talking about...
Hey, how's it going?
Rogan said that when he does comedy and he gets in his car, that the Twitter is very positive. That when he does a podcast and he gets in his car, that the Twitter feed is very positive. He goes, I hate doing the fights because the night after the fights, I get 1,000 tweets of people calling me a faggot or saying that I said something wrong or that I favored this guy. And one thing I've always hated, Ed, is people who get so involved in sports. It's like I was in Boston. I'm at the bar. I just took 200 pictures with people. And some guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, you had Herb Dean on the show. How can you do that? That guy is making the worst call. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking Saturday night. And I could tell this guy had been thinking about this for 3 weeks. He had been thinking about this for 3 weeks. You know, and I looked at him at first and I go, you a fighter? Oh, no, I'm just a fan, you know. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't you owe fucking money on your credit cards? Go fucking pay them. That's what you should be worried about. The fuck are you worried about whether Herb Dean made a good call? I watch a fight. It's over. It's fucking over. You know, I can't imagine, but those are the people that drive me fucking crazy. When I put on the Twitter and there's people saying, look at fucking New England, they picked this guy in the 3rd round, they suck. Are you fucking serious? I guarantee you got a wife with a tremendous pussy and you're worried about the fucking New England Patriots 3rd round draft pick. And then you're probably completely wrong about what the fuck you're saying. There's better things to worry about in this world. But unless you walk the steps, who the fuck are you to fucking open your fucking mouth about Anderson Silva or BJ Penn or the only thing I get mad at about fighters is when they don't go in there. And even if they lose, they fought their heart out. When fucking Machida lost to John Jones, he still beat. That's the only round John Jones ever lost, correct?
Well, until Gustafson, yeah.
Yeah, and then, until then, yeah, then to Gustafson. But Machida made a fucking statement. He didn't go in there and do the same shit he does, gets winded. You know, that's when I get mad at a fighter. When, you know, the same way if you came to see me yet after a year, I was saying the same fucking joke. You go, Joey, nothing happened in your life in the last year that you still have the same fucking 20 minutes. Nothing happened. So that's, I just want a fighter to evolve. Every time I see Machida, he evolves. Every time I see Jacare, he evolves. Every time I see fucking Henderson, he evolved. That's the only qualm I have. And that's what I've learned from MMA. That's what made me a better comedian, because I'm like, that fucking guy is fighting again with that same fucking move. He's going for that same one leg that hasn't worked in 20 fucking years. That's what he worked on during the last 8-week training camp. So I know he hasn't worked. That's the only time I get mad, when I see that the lack effort.
And sometimes, you know, these guys work on all these new things, and then all of a sudden, you know, the old, I believe it was Tyson that said everybody has a plan, and then they get hit in the face. And that sometimes happens too. You know, a guy's a wrestler, he's working on his stand-up skills, but the minute he gets rocked, he's going to go back to what he knows, and that's wrestling, you know. And sometimes that happens too, but that's the great thing about this sport, is that you never really know what can happen. You know, the only guarantee is that there's no guarantees, and you move left when you should have moved right, and it's going to be a fucking short night for you.
And that's what makes it all the fucking excitement in the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's exciting about it, is that, you know, at the end of the day, I remember before Verdun fight against Travis Brown, I was watching it from home, and it said that 85% of the fans thought that Travis Brown was going to win that fight. 85%.
And you never seen a bookie with a part-time job. Right there, you call your bookie and go, lay everything I got on fucking Verdun, because the general public's wrong 70% of the fucking time. How's that one for you? That's the easiest way you want to gamble. Just go on Twitter and go, who does everybody like tonight? And when they all lean to Travis Brown, go, I'm betting the other way, even if you just take a chance for $50. Because I knew somebody was going to lose. I didn't know. I thought Cowboy was going to have a hard night. He fought a great fight. I thought that, I knew that the Carmouche, Misha Tate fight, I almost fell asleep 3 times. And usually I'm sitting there waiting for Misha's fucking pussy to pop out. This time I fell asleep from the fucking boring fest. You know, Misha Tate's got some body. I love her to death. She's a great fighter, but Jesus Christ, she's got the best body in the fucking world. I wouldn't mind, you know, I don't even want to say nothing.
Yeah. It was... that fight was a little bit, and a lot of people were complaining about that decision. They were thinking that Liz Carmouche won that fight. I have to go back and
I have to watch it also.
I thought Carmouche won the first round for sure. I thought the second round could have went either way, and I thought the third round was definitely Misha Tate. So it was one of those things where, you know, that's what happens when you leave it in the judges, you know, hands. Sometimes you don't get the nod that you were hoping for.
I even read on Google that Misha Tate thought she lost. The reason why I didn't watch the Misha Tate fight was because I had people getting up. I was sitting at the end. I had those Joe Rogan tickets to the Tremendous, but I had people getting up every fucking thing to get alcohol. Then they get up to pee in between the fights. I don't even know why they went to the fucking fight for. So finally during the Misha Tate fight, I said, fuck it. And I walked upstairs and I sat at the bar and I watched the fucking last fight from there, because Once that last punch is thrown, I'm out of there. I don't want to get stuck on the bottom floor in place, So I got the fuck out of there early. Ed Suarez, I will see you at the weigh-in.
All right, you'll be there, and you have a show Friday night.
Friday night, I think it's sold. I'm not sure, but listen, man, you're one of my favorite people in the world, and I don't see you much, and I don't talk to you much at times. We talk on the phone, but I'm always really proud of you, and I like you and your partner came up to me the other day because we walked to the plane together. We lost Rogan, and we walked to the plane together. And I go, I got to get something to eat because I don't know if the food's going to be good. So I got a Cuban sandwich. And I went to get them. They had all this Cuban stuff. And I wanted to get George a Cuban coffee. Ooh, and the people had no fucking Cuban coffee. I couldn't believe they had Cuban. So I started talking to a lady in Spanish, asking her. And when I got away, George's eyes were huge. She goes, you talk Spanish very good. Why aren't you an announcer for Bellator or something? I'm like, I can't I got no good eyes. I can't see nothing. But it's amazing when I talk Spanish in front of people, they lose their fucking mind. They think that only bad words come out of my mouth, and all of a sudden I'm dealing with the fucking oyes. But
that's it.
It's always a pleasure to be around fucking winners, brother.
Bro, that's it, man. In this world, especially us living in California, you got to be able to speak Spanish, man.
Bro, if you don't know how to speak Spanish in this world, you're fucked. You're fucked.
Oh,
in the next 20 years, you got to teach your kids Arabic and Russian.
It was funny in school, man. I never opened my Spanish book, man, because I spoke Portuguese. So most of the time, 95% of the time when the teacher would say, how do you say that? If I didn't know, I'd say it in Portuguese. And she says, yeah, that's close enough. That's good.
It's amazing.
I heard Spanish is fairly easy for me.
When Brazilians say coward, it's covarde, and it's so similar because in Spanish it's covarde. It's the same fucking. It's like when you listen to somebody Sicilian. When you're Spanish and you hear a Sicilian talk, you got this motherfucker because every 3 words is a Spanish word. La cancioneta is a fucking song. A canción is a song. Cancioneta is a fucking Italian song. So it's amazing when you know Spanish and you hear Sicilians talking. Every 3rd word, you pick it up. It's the same thing with Brazilians when they're around me. I could always pick up 3 or 4 fucking words here or there. But It seems like like I said, I spoke Portuguese first, and it seems like a little bit of an easier transition from speaking Portuguese and trying to pick up Spanish. Like, for instance, I could speak Spanish pretty good when I go to Mexico, but like sometimes if I'm watching like a Spanish television, sometimes I'll get lost because they're speaking too fast and I can't understand everything. But Portuguese, I understand everything fluently, but Spanish TV sometimes, I'll get a little bit lost when they start speaking real fast. So in other words, you could buy volumes in Mexico, but I can never put you on Spanish Jeopardy.
Exactly.
You'll never be on fucking Mexican Jeopardy. That's what you're trying. It's fast. You gotta when you watch Telemundo, you gotta pay attention. Them motherfuckers.
I don't think I'll be on any Jeopardy, especially not in Spanish.
I love you, Ed Suarez, with all my heart. I'll be there with you. I'm wishing you all the best with Glover. I mean, if anybody deserves it, he's a sweetheart of a fucking guy. Sweetheart of a fucking
great guy, man.
Sweetheart of a guy.
Solid dude, man.
When you shake his hand, you can't even believe he's a fighter. I mean, that's how sweet he is. Until you look at his fucking ears, he has this weird warmth. And it's funny because I've been reading how, Chuck says he's going to knock out whatever, and then John Jones answered back, whatever his name is. I miss that motherfucker fighting. Do you know that? I miss
Chuck Liddell.
I fucking miss him. My favorite has always been Anderson Silva, but a tight second has always been Chuck Liddell. He's the reason why I went to Kempo Karate. I love Chuck Liddell. I love everything. And I would see him for years. I would never say a fucking word to him. Never. And then one time him and I got put in a weird predicament, and I just told him how I felt. And now he always says hello. I always told him that I had your poster on my fucking wall for a few months, cocksucker. And he looked at me and giggled, and I miss Chuck Liddell. So hopefully he'll be at the fight too, jumping up and down. I hope
so, man.
I'll see Machida there. Hopefully all the boys are there, my friend.
Yeah, well, actually, Machida's actually taken off to Brazil. He had to go. Do. There's a Arnold trade show out there for supplements out in Rio. So he has to go out there to make an appearance for his supplement company sponsor.
Jesus fucking Christ. No Machida in Baltimore. Now I don't feel safe no more. You know what I'm saying? As long as Machida was there, I know black people won't fuck with me because black people love karate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black people love karate, so they love you. Fucking walk around with Machida. Black people like, whoa, don't fuck with that motherfucker. I love you. I'll see you Thursday night. I'll call you as soon as I hit the hotel.
All right, sounds good, man.
Thank you for calling in, brother. Good luck this Saturday. I love you.
Hey, man, take care. I love you guys too, man. Take care.
There you go. Fucking great guy, man. Very lucky to have him. And it's true, man. Sometimes if you hang out with people like that, you get little things from them, like in the sense of you can't lose when you hang out with people like that, when you have people like that around you. I've called Ed 1,000 times and asked him for advice, even like Hollywood advice, because management is management. Mm-hmm. You know, you care. You care the extra mile. So I've called him and he doesn't know the answer. And he's called me 2 days later with a fucking answer. You know, he's probably had to contact his attorney, pay $200 out of his pocket, but he's done me the favor. So I have the utmost respect for a good manager. Him and his partner are fucking great, and I wish. I like John Jones. I like John Jones on a personal. I love him. I mean, I'm not saying nothing bad about him. I think this is going to be a great fight. I think everybody should fucking watch it. That's how I feel. Yeah. How about you, cocksucker?
A million miles in a year. That's fucking crazy.
A million fucking miles. That's George Clooney type shit.
Yeah, that's up in the air. Oh, my God.
Let me give some shout-outs real quick up in the air, all right?
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Ivan B., I love you, cocksucker. Shane Plan B., who loves you? Renee Dillon, Robert Bueno, Lance Armstrong Jr., Gerardo Ramirez, Darren Jones, Edgar Lawyer, you cocksucker. To my favorite Puerto Rican, Norberto. Happy birthday, whatever the fuck it is in your life today. Also, I want to give a shout-out to one of my favorite sponsors of all time, Onnit, Onnit.com. Go check out Onnit. You want to get healthy, go check out Onnit. I'm going to give Lee some Alpha Brain today for his walks. Lee, you got to smoke some dope. I'm going to give you a joint. I'm going to get you a little joint. I want you to roll a joint.
Okay.
Take a light and take 2 hits like this. And then put it out and then go for your walk.
Okay.
And you're going to call me and go, Joey, I love you. I just thought of 18 fucking things. Because between the sun's positive energies, you walking, making positive for yourself, and the reefer, you can't lose. Bring some water with you. And every day, you got your iPod, right?
Got it.
You got your phone, you got those Jews jumping up and down.
Oh, yeah.
They should motivate you. And then after a few 4 weeks of walking, you're going to walk 4 times a week this week. That should go.
Okay.
4 days.
Yeah.
1 with Paula.
I'm not seeing her this weekend.
Saturdays, when you get up, no more fucking Denny's. We got to go for a 30-minute walk, then we walk to Denny's.
Okay.
To get everybody involved. We make this a family thing. Show them that. Show her that you're walking. And she'll say to you first, Lee, what's wrong with you? Then if she don't want to go, you go by yourself. Then they know that you're the man.
Oh, you'll be proud of me. She's going to fucking Lana Del Rey, and I said, have fun with your cousin.
You going where?
She's going to the same concert, but in L.A. this time. And I said, have fun with your cousin. She's going to stand out there for 12 hours. She's going to get there at 10 in the morning.
That poor girl.
She loves it. I couldn't do it.
You're like, this isn't happening.
No.
Go to your cousin, I'll bring you water.
That's what I said. I said, I'll pick you up afterwards for dinner.
No. Just bring him water online. Get out of there. Bring him water. I got those 2 hits of ecstasy. Give him a hit of ecstasy. Let him jump up and down. Who gives a fuck? Oh. What's the name of the chick she's going to see?
Lana Del Rey.
Oh, Jesus
They're
Christ.
fucking crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
12 hours. They're going to stand outside.
12 fucking hours.
Before, yeah.
All right. Onnit.com. Maybe you should give her some fucking Alpha Brain. And maybe she won't stand online for 12 hours like a Mama Luca.
She loves it.
Onnit.com. Go over there. They got the Shroom Tech. They got the Alpha Brain. They got the Strong Bone. They got so many products. They got the digestive enzymes, the papaya to help you fucking digest proteins. They got the hemp horse protein. Just give Onnit a shot. Let it go into your life one fucking time. I guarantee you'll be hooked. They got a money-back guarantee. If you want me to sit here and break down the mushrooms and the amounts and the sodium, I got no fucking idea. What I do know is it works. Go to Onnit.com or go to joeydiaz.net. Look at my fucking schedule. I added Vegas on there, July 18th with Steve Simone. Go to Onnit.com. Go to joeydiaz.net. Look at the Onnit. What do you put in there? Church. You get 10% off to their Onnit, Stay On It program. They mail them to your house directly on the first of every fucking month. You don't got to leave the house. You don't put up with that shit. It's like Dollar Shave Club. Let me tell you something. I shaved yesterday morning with Dollar Shave Club again. And as I was doing it, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. This is smooth. And it's the weight. Not when you buy a plastic one, you can't really control it. It's the weight of that handle that I fucking... It's like having a dumbbell. Weight fucking shaves you so close, but that's not why you get... Everybody has a good razor. I'm not going to lie to you. Norelco, they all have a good razor. You know what the difference is? Dollar Shave Club delivers them to your fucking house. That's customer service. That's what we talk about. You either could get the $1 program, the $6 program, or the $9 program a month. From 9 to fucking, for a year is what? 9 times 12? Whatever the fuck it is. 12 times $1 is fucking $12 a year to shave. That's, you're not paying. Time is of the essence. I'm 51. I don't want to spend it in traffic. That's my fucking solution. Time is everything. Why not have the razor delivered to your house? You want to go to some pharmacy and stand online? Fuck that shit. You got better shit to do. Go to fucking joeydiaz.net. Go to the Dollar Shave Club box and press.
Church.
Boom! There you go. Church. CHURCH. You're going to get the best razors on the market delivered to your fucking house. You don't have to leave the house. Hulu Plus, motherfuckers. Again, I got to go through this shit with you people. I got to go through this shit where you get $7.99 a month. $7.99 a fucking month. 2 weeks for free. Not 1 week like when you go on the webpage. 2 weeks gratis on the fucking arm. Go to Hulu Plus and press what?
Joey.
Joey. Joey. You get the best fucking shows on there. You can binge watch. You can take the day off. Get a weed and watch everything all in one day. From fucking Daily Show to fucking the
Family Guy, everything you want.
And go Hulu Plus with the emphasis on plus, motherfuckers. Also, the best, naturesbox.com. 50% off. 50 fucking % off your first order. Let me tell you what
Who gives you half off?
Who gives you half off? Let me tell you what you order the first shot. Get the plantains, get the spicy fucking pistachios, get the black and white granola. Make sure you get the cocoa almonds. And get, what else did you like?
The bagel sticks.
Boom! There you go. Go try that. If that ain't good, fucking you hit me up and don't fuck with me today, how naturesbox.com is also on joeydiaz.net. What are you pressing the box, brother?
Joey,
Joey. 50% off your first order. And then if you want that stuff every month, nutritious, fucking delicious, and yummy for your motherfucking tummy. You understand me? You show up with a bag of fucking pretzels to somebody's house. You show up, you just take your dick out and get ready for some yum juice. That's how we do it.
Break your hand one day.
I don't give a fuck. NailedItLife.com for all your vapor pen needs. You understand me? Mention the church, Joey Diaz, whatever. Get 10. How much you get on?
20%.
20% off, which makes the fucking vape pen go to fucking $40. If you see Gummies or Manos that are fucking weed stuff, do yourself a favor and hail that motherfucker. Ooh. It's the best 250 milligram Gummy out there for the fucking money.
Maybe take half.
The Green Hornet is tremendous. The 70 milligram Green Hornet, I'll put it up against a lot of fucking things. I gotta tell you, I think the 200 milligrams of EPTs is what really fucking kills you with the Green Hornets. But NailedItLife.com, go to their webpage. These guys are my fucking brothers. You understand me? They're not in business to beat nobody. They make a tremendous fucking pen. You can either put the wax in there or smoke the fucking vapor. Whatever the fuck you want to do, we got you covered right here on the Church of What's Happening Now.
Need to get you to talk to a Portuguese person more often. You're all fired up.
I've been fired up. It's Wednesday. You know, Wednesdays, I don't like people to... Yeah, please. Monday, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You should be motivated on your own. By Wednesday, your positivity levels go down. You know, you got bad news. Somebody fucked with you. Somebody did this. Somebody did that. So Wednesday, you need a next little extra push. That's what I'm here to give you. Who gives a fuck? You go out there the same way you went out there on Monday and let shit roll over your head. Let them know you're going to knock their wig off and come on their fucking bald head if they fuck with you. That's how we do it here, Lisa, at the church.
So you need to start wearing a hat now. You need to start wearing a hat now. I don't want to.
You know, you never fucking rub cum on your head, woman's cum? Take that pussy and rub it on your head. That's better than that shit that grows hair. You finger bang a chick when it leaks onto your hand. That little juice you massage on your hand. And you hit your little bald spot there. In a week, you look like fucking Michael Jackson. You have hair coming out from every orifice. You understand me? Oh. What are you looking around for?
I'm not looking around.
What do you got going on today? What are you doing today?
Gotta fucking go home and deal with this packing and stuff now, and then I gotta Josh 12
You don't have to pack today because you ain't moving right now. So you're going for a walk first.
Oh well, yeah.
Let's put the immediate in the front. You're not leaving for a week, even if you get an apartment a week. So relax. The first thing you gotta do go home, have a nice little fucking breakfast, a little protein shake or something.
The juice, yeah.
The juice, and then go for a nice little 20-minute walk. 30-minute walk.
Clear my mind a little bit.
Clear your mind a little bit. And then you call the do what you got to do. You play Crime Stopper. You make your fucking statement. Tell him you ain't paying for shit, that you didn't hit the car. It's your word against his.
Yeah.
Did you see him do it? No. Then who the fuck are you? You know, I don't hit nobody, officer. You want to check my police record? Here's my social security. Do a background check. I'm not into this shit. Yeah. I'm not paying, and I'm not fucking gonna file a claim with my insurance company. Fuck him. Fuck him. And stick to your guns, Lee.
Yeah.
Don't take shit from nobody, Lee. I don't give a fuck. You're right. You're right, Lee. It's not like you're a piece of shit like me and nothing. You're a nice American Jewish fucking kid.
Goddamn right.
Okay? You pay your taxes. You never robbed nobody. You never did nothing for nobody. You stick up for yourself. You didn't hit this motherfucker. Look me in the eye.
I didn't.
Then fuck them all. Fuck them all in the ass. Tell Allstate to suck your dick, to send the president of the United States to give you a check for insulting you.
I do have to call the post office because they lost my fucking tax check. It's fucking sitting in Baltimore for some reason. So I gotta call them today too.
Where's the address?
It's in fucking San Francisco.
I'll end up in Baltimore.
I don't know. Thank God I got tracking on it.
Well, cancel the check and send another one and move on with your fucking life. Remember, if you stop the check, you gotta redo it in 30 days because they can still bang it.
That's why I don't want to do that. I was gonna call them and see if they're gonna send it back or something.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Life always fucks you in the ass. Oh, for people who are out, since I'm moving, I have one more week of shirts, and then I'm going to stop it for a little bit. So if you want one, go to LeeSyatt.com. If not, I'll bring them back in like a few weeks once I move.
Get it together. You can't stop them. You got to keep mailing. So forget that shit. You can't shut down.
I have to shut down.
There's no shutting down. I saw that last night. You can't shut down. You can't just shut down, Lee, for a week. Got to keep moving.
But I don't want to leave these people hanging.
You're not going to leave them hanging. You're going to mail them. You don't have nothing to do in the daytime, Lee. You have so much fucking time. So much fucking time in your day.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Not really.
Why? What do you do? You leave here at 8:30. You got till 10 o'clock tonight to do something. Well, how long do you think it's going to take you to take a walk, call it? You're done by lunchtime.
No.
Yeah.
No, I got a lot of shit to do.
What do you
today.
got to do?
We're looking at offices. I got to call these 8,000
We're not
people.
looking at all. I'm going to go look at one more office. That's
Okay.
it. You got to go for a walk. What else? Put the priorities.
Okay, well, I'm going for a walk.
Right.
Calling insurance and the cops.
Right. The cops.
I have to call the police I'm looking at tonight.
Right.
Yeah. And I have fucking Josh Wolf at 7.
That's 12. You got 7 hours to kill. You got 7 hours to sit
while
there.
I'm moving, I don't want to leave these people hanging.
You're not going to move. It's only take you one day to move. You got a bed in the fucking
One day?
couch. You got 2 hours in your day to move. Don't ever shut nothing down. You're in operation. Do businesses shut down because they're going to move? No.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They have moving sales and they fucking shut down for a little bit.
No, they don't. They keep fucking going. They keep the hope alive. You just can't stop because you're moving. You think you got this busy day, but most of your day you're sitting on that fucking bed on the computer. I know this.
Well, yeah, but that's
you gotta no. That those days are done with. You're gonna move all fucking day from now on, dog. Those days are done with. This is all part of the new fucking Lee. This is all part of the new Lee. You give yourself a lot of time to relax, Lee. A lot of time to relax. It's too much.
Well, it's not relaxing.
You're single. You don't see your girlfriend in the daytime. You don't have a cat. You don't have a dog. You got nothing. You ain't that fucking busy. You gotta get on it. That's it with the fucking stories. No more in bed throwing fucking M&Ms up in the air and eating them like a fucking thing. I know you. You're going to keep selling shirts. You got to keep moving forward. You're going to fill your days from now on. No more sitting at a fucking house. You're 25 years old.
I'm not. I have
at 25, I didn't even have a fucking house. I didn't even watch TV at 25. I didn't even know what baseball was. I don't know when the Twinkies. Somebody told me the Twins won the World Series. I don't fucking know when the Twins won the World Series. You're 25. There's no more TV in your life. Do the computer and what you got to work. It's over. Boston Red Sox don't put money in your pocket. Neither does fucking half these fucking mook shows you watch. You sit there all day like a fucking mook. You're going to keep selling shirts. You're going to keep digging. And you're going to keep walking. This is the new Lee. You lived a certain way till you're 25. Now the next 25, you got to live like a fucking savage. Enough is enough. You're a young man. For all you young motherfuckers out there with your PlayStation and your bullshit. If you're not getting your dick sucked at 25, I didn't even know what a fucking couch was or a bed. And I wish in my heart I was trying to be funny with you dumb motherfuckers. I really wish in my heart I was trying to be funny. I slept 3 hours a fucking day, and that's when I wasn't doing blow. Do you understand? When I was doing blow, there was no sleep. What is this that you're tired, that you don't feel good? I don't even get you high in the morning no more. You want to go home and sleep because you stayed up all night like a fucking mook worrying about a car you didn't do. You didn't do nothing.
Well, it's fun.
Go home, take a walk.
It takes 3 years to get that off of your thing.
Take a shower. You didn't do nothing. So it's what 3 years are you worried about? Knock it off. You didn't do nothing.
I know.
It's your word against them. You call. I didn't hit this guy and I'm not paying. Make that in your fucking report. And then you call Allstate and you go, look, I don't know what this fucking guy's talking about. I got the proof right here. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling dizzy from this because I'm Jewish. I don't like being accused. My culture's been accused for fucking 2,000 years. You know what? I'm getting dizzy. I'm gonna go to the hospital and I think I'm having a heart attack. And then you're gonna sue for fucking damages because it caused you to have a heart attack and to get dizzy. I know how to be a Jew. If you're gonna be a Jew, wait until he starts getting notices from a hospital bill that you fucking had fainted and you're getting flashbacks of Vietnam. He's gonna tell you. I don't think Lee fucking hit me with the car. I thought it was some other fucking. Jew walking around. That's it, Lee. These last 25 years, you lived them this way, and now you're going to live like a fucking savage.
All right.
We're going into the Jew army. That's it. We're going to make the Jew army. Lee's going to have his own film festival. The Church of What's Happening Now film festival.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
We're planning some stuff for January. Fucking submissions, comedy shows, comedy, and live panel fucking podcasts. We don't get invited to do nothing. We're going to make our own motherfucking festivals. And we're doing a fucking tour across New Jersey. We're going to start in northern New Jersey. We're going to do a podcast on a Wednesday night in middle New Jersey. And then the weekend, we're going to just go to different fucking bars. We're going to post it on Twitter where we're at 5 o'clock. You got 3 hours to get there, bitches. That's how we're doing in the end of 2014. So your days of resting, there's no more resting.
I'm not resting.
There's no more resting.
Who's
you
resting?
Sleep when you're dead.
Well, get a little bit of sleep.
You're going to be a fucking soldier, Lee. I'm turning you into a lean, mean, slinging dick machine. You understand me? You're a Jew. You're a fucking Jew. You're not some fucking Anglo walking around confused. You're a Jew.
Thank God for that.
You got people that did things. Your cousins with Moses.
Well,
you got your people did
cousins,
things.
Yeah.
Whatever. Your people fucking did things. They parted rivers. They slung dick. They tried to stop the Jew. You imagine that somebody tried to stop the Jew at one point?
How could they do
And you're
that?
tired. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I'm on my bed. Think of those Jews in those fucking caves with those wigs on, with tattoos on their hand. You think they didn't want to fucking get the fuck out of there, cocksucker?
I was the head of the porno department in Auschwitz.
When I wake up in the morning, I think about my sister. I think about my cousins in Cuba. I think about those fucking little black kids with flies on them in Africa. How they don't have the opportunity to go do a podcast. How they don't have half the opportunities we got. And we complain about everything as fucking Americans. We complain about put the anthem on. That's it. Church of What's Happening Now. Where you, motherfucker, are the priest. You understand? What's going on, Lisa? Yet
You got me all fired up this morning.
That's right. I ain't fucking around. I was telling Lee about Jewish people. Like, when I see Jew fucking kids. It's true, because all this racism shit, ain't nobody racist here, but I see life for what the fuck it is. Okay? When I see a Jew, okay, like when I see an East Coast Jew, that they're walking all timid, like walking, looking at the floor, they ain't making eye contact with nobody. And I see a Jew out here. I know a Jew out here is walking around thinking about what a beautiful day it is to be alive. And a Jew in New York, when they get up in the morning, they got that Hasidic hat that looks like Zorro. You know what they're thinking about?
What are they thinking about?
Stabbing a motherfucker. How are they going to take somebody's pennies today? Because they know pennies turn into dollars, and dollars turn into... And I was telling Lee the strength of the fucking Jewish person in this country. Why? Listen, man. Every nationality in this country has suffered. The blacks got brought from Africa to a place they didn't know. The Cubans, the Jews, everybody's fucking suffered here. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the Jews, you think of their strength. You think, where's your strength come from as a human being? It comes from what you went through and what you get over. When those Jews went in that fucking basement with no air conditioning on, with fucking tattoos on their arms, with no head, and saw their friends dying. Tell me that 4 of them didn't get together and say, when we get out of this motherfucker, it's going to be a different world. We're going to teach our children that never again are they going to get fucked in the ass like we did. This is never going to happen again. You tell me that attitude, we've even discussed this. I think you and Ari, me and Ari discussed this. The sons of the Holocaust people, they were tough as nails.
Probably,
because the anger in their hearts was transferred. What had happened to them. Don't tell me that because that's what you wake up for every morning. You wake up, you think of those fucking numbers that they put on my grandfather's arm. I got to go out there today and stab a motherfucker because I'm mad because some guy is making me move because he dented my car. Think of what your grandfather woke up with in the mornings with those tattoos, and they saw those numbers on his wrist and those people yelling at him. So they got strength from somewhere. That's where you get your strength from, brother, is your fucking culture sometimes. Like me, I know my mother stabbed somebody for raping her little sister. It makes me fucking a savage. That's why she had an alias. That's why my mother had an alias, where you get your strength. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about here, but I know it's going to be an interesting podcast because Lee and I were talking about this Sterling shit. But anyway, let's open up with some beautiful fucking... It's a beautiful day to be alive. I had a great time in Baltimore. What a great fucking city. I met
Speaking of black people.
Black people running shit in Baltimore. Donald Sterling would be dead by now if he made those remarks in Baltimore. They don't fuck around in Baltimore, man. They really don't. And it's a really interesting city. I was telling Rogan on the ride to the thing that when I first got into comedy, there was only 2 clubs that gave me love. And there was the club Joey's in Detroit, and this club in Baltimore that was just a beat fucking hole. And it was like beat up black people and beat up white people. It was the refuge of the city that nobody wanted. And this guy would put me up, man, 2 weeks a month, on the weekends, and put me in a hotel. And I wasn't good at all. I wasn't good. I was a little dirty, and I was from New York, so he liked me up front. But he gave me a lot of work. But I remember what Baltimore looked like, and it looked like a bomb fucking had hit it. And now it's beautiful.
The downtown waterfront area?
It's fucking beautiful. It really is. It really, really fucking is beautiful. I had a nice time. The people, the fucking show. It was 2,000 people, and after we got out there, and the line was from here to fucking Lancashire.
Jesus.
And we took pictures, and we were there till midnight, and it's just very nice to be a part of something as a comedian. Lee was saying that he saw the commercial for David Spade last night. And I was telling Lee that, listen, guys, I'm not the best fucking comic out there. But the last 6 weeks on the road, I've learned a lot about myself. Fort Lauderdale and Boston and New Jersey and the people that came to Grand Rapids. Guys, I feel like I'm onto something now, stand-up wise especially. I paid my dues. And I was telling Lee, as a Jew, as a badass business Jew, as a businessman, there's not one Jew at Comedy Central that looks at the other and goes, come here for a second. That Diaz guy, I really don't like him. He's a fucking fat slob or whatever the fuck they want to say. But this motherfucker's onto something. Why don't we give him a little something just in case? Let him do a special. If it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, we write it off and say he's a bum. But at least we have him in our fucking catalog. You know what I'm saying? That's business. Sometimes you let your feelings get ahead of what you really are. And I appreciate it that they don't want to do it. But David Spade, like I've said 1,000 times, love the guy, love his TV shows, but he hasn't said nothing that somebody hasn't written from funny in fucking 30 fucking years. And I'm not lying here to nobody. I'm not player hating or whatever. There's a lot of people who ain't fucking funny on TV. Anyway, where the fuck are we going today with this shit, Lee?
I don't know.
How come you're not fucking controlling the podcast, Cocksucker? What's up, baby? What'd you do all weekend, Cocksucker?
Looked at apartments. I had the most. I called you, and I wish you were there. Like, thank you for making me walk. Just if I died tomorrow, that I was the happiest I ever was on Saturday.
So where'd you go?
Okay, so I went to go look at an apartment, and I had time in between another one, so I went and got some lunch, and then I decided to walk to the next apartment. It was like half a mile away. So I was walking, and there were like a lot of homeless people, and I figured out why. It's because the grocery store nearby had a can delivery place, so they all hang out there. This woman was walking towards me. She looked me straight in the face. She said, "Did I see you yesterday?" I said, "No." She said, "Do you walk on La Brea?" And that's in Hollywood, and I live in the Valley. I'm like, "No." She's like, "Let me ask you something. I hear Warner Brothers is paying people to walk around and pretend they're Jewish. What do you think about that?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "I think that's true. I hear they don't really do anything. They pretend they're Jewish." I said, "Maybe," and I walked away laughing for about 15 minutes.
And she did not know you were the flying Jew.
She didn't know anything.
You know nothing. You just fucking...
And the funniest thing is, most people get to... Not with this, because my name's a flying Jew, but in life, people usually are surprised when I say I'm Jewish. I don't know why. Apparently, I don't look like a Jew. I don't know what. Anyway,
You got a nice nose.
But just the fact that she said, "I hear Warner Brothers is paying people to pretend they're Jewish," it made me laugh for about 15 minutes.
It never ends. It never ends.
No.
I told you that I attract the funniest people. Sometimes when you're ringed up in this world, life gives you material. And if you said that on stage, because of the conversations we have here, nobody would believe you.
Really?
Yeah, because, come on, he calls you the flying Jew and some homeless lady comes up to you and says, "Are they paying people to act like Jews in Hollywood?" Think about that. That's hysterical. Now you're starting to live the life of a comedian where you see life, it just throws fucking apples at you sometimes. Like something happens that's hysterical.
Oh, God.
And you're like, I'm here by myself. Like the time I was in Florida a couple weeks ago and the guy yelled at the fucking... and all of a sudden the Hindu came out of the back. "And there ain't no fucking Americans working here." And all of a sudden he looks and the Hindu comes out of the back. You can't write that shit.
Yeah.
But when you're a comic and you have that mind, sometimes the universe throws certain things at you. I've had things happen to me when I'm alone. That's when I wish I had the bloggy, but the bloggy wouldn't have caught it.
Right.
Because I wasn't thinking that way. It's like when people show you videos of... the other day, John Rollo showed me a video of a fucking leopard attacking an alligator. Have you seen that shit?
Probably.
Grabs him by the back. The leopard swims real low, and he comes out. You say to yourself, who had the camera?
Yeah.
Who had the fucking camera there? Like, that's brilliant. Like, that's the first thing I think about. Was that guy standing there? Did he leave it there overnight? I mean, what the fuck?
We're going to have to get you... I don't know. I don't think it has this capability, But have you heard of those Google glasses that they came out with?
Yeah.
We have to get you those.
That's what I want to do. Walk around with glasses and see what the fuck I'm not looking at.
Just be recording all the time.
It's amazing, and I talk about this constantly, people, and I love you guys. And part of this podcast is supposed to be really fucking funny. I'm a comedian. But it turns into different things. And I see shit when I'm out that amazes the fuck out of me. You know what the iPhone is made for? To detract us.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing that people get shot in public places, airports, and I see people never paying attention to life.
Well, it's the worst at the airport.
People, you're not paying attention to life, man. You're in that thing too fucking much. When I sit down at a dinner table or something, after I look around, after I got my seat facing the fucking door because I'm watching everything that's going on, then I bring that fucking phone out. But until that time, I can't tolerate people looking at that fucking phone when life is going on around them, man. That's why I don't put all that shit on my fucking phone. Because I don't want to look at that right now. I'll look at it later. It's got nothing to do with me right now. If somebody knocked, it's the weirdest fucking thing what the phone does to people. And with all the bad shit that happens, how people do not pay fucking attention to life is beyond me.
Well, you should see people in cities where people actually have to walk. People are walking in the signs and stuff because they walk with it down. Did you see the video? I think it was in Chicago of the people on the bus and some guy took out a gun and no one noticed.
This is what I'm talking about.
He just got off the bus because no one noticed anything.
He was all pissed off. He's like, freeze, and everybody's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And he just said, fuck it. Nobody's paying attention. Drop me off. It's. I see it at the park when I take my daughter.
Oh, okay.
When I take my daughter to the park, I really fucking see how people act like they're on the phones. You can't. Listen, man. When it comes to a kid, it's a split second. What do people always say? I took my eye off him for 1 minute. All that one fucking minute. There's times I turn around, I look back, and she's on top of the fucking ottoman, man.
Oh, God.
She's halfway standing there, and her foot is an inch away from the end. And I'm looking at this going down. And she's just happy she's balancing herself. She takes one step, she's going down head fucking first.
Yeah.
I see it on the seesaw. She gets on the seesaw sometimes. But I see it with parents. And you know what? I could see when you're single and you're walking around, you're looking at that fucking retarded phone. When you got a fucking kid and shit, and you've got to pay attention, you have to pay attention, man, to life. I'm telling you right now. It's the weirdest thing. The other day I was on Koufax making a left to go to the coffee shop from fucking Chandler.
Okay.
And you wait there all fucking day for a green light to that left.
Yeah.
That's you. That's the right of way. Well, as I'm shooting, some chick, I swear to God, cuts in front of me. And I look at her. I pull the fucking car next to her, and I look at her, and she's on the thing, like driving, about to hit the sidewalk, and I beep, and she looks up, and I go, what the fuck are you doing? You know what she does? She gives me the finger and drives away. Because God forbid, she said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
God forbid that miserable cunt took the time. She was so indulged in whatever the fuck was that twit with her fucking Range Rover.
Yeah.
That fucking miserable fucking cunt. And I'm sorry about the language, but it's Monday morning. We got to drop it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Nothing good happens unless you tell the truth on a fucking Monday. This dummy fucking, was looking at the text, and she looked at me, and she, and then she doesn't claim responsibility. I didn't accept it. Not even to say I'm fucking sorry.
Right.
It's just the end of this shit. It's killing me, though.
Well, I read an article that was terrible. I don't remember the city it was in, but 2 years ago, these three 16-year-old kids were riding their bike, and this mom was driving a minivan and hit the kids that were driving, hit the kids biking. One of them died. One of them ended up in the hospital. And 2 years later, the mom is suing the kid's family who died because the fact that she killed him is causing her mental things. And she's saying they weren't biking for the rules of the road. And the kid's family is freaking out. They're like, how can you do this to us 2 years later? People are, and then last week or something, there's this big article that this little teenage girl hit someone biking and said, "Oh, I don't really care. I was just one of those rich girls." And driving is fucking scary now.
I don't fuck around when it comes to driving. It petrifies the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I drive on the offensive with my foot on that fucking gas. Which means if you fuck around with me, I'll clock your fucking car. I don't give a fuck about Geico or the insurance companies. I drive on the fucking offensive, man. And on the defensive, but on the offensive. I drive on the offensive, defensive. That's a new fucking defense I put together there.
Well, yeah. You have to.
What are you looking at, cocksucker?
I don't know.
You have to do what?
You have to drive on the offensive defense.
That's right. That's what
right.
You were saying. Look at you. You bump into that guy's car 10 times a fucking day.
I will murder.
How the fuck do you hit this poor neighbor's
I've never
car?
touched his asshole's car. And you know what the worst thing is? I'm pretty sure he's scraping the inside of my door now. Because I take pictures every day. And there's more marks now. So he's doing something. So this is... the Jew's about to be on fire.
He's retarded. We got to flatten his one tire.
Oh, no, trust me. I've thought about it.
We got to fucking do something. So what's going on with Donald fucking Sterling? I mean, this is...
Well, I mean, the funniest thing about this is everyone talking about this are white people. But so first of all, before I say anything, he's a terrible racist. Like he's a bad. Everyone they've said it for years that he's just like he's had to pay people off for doing this, like his old employees and the people who live in his apartment buildings. Everyone's known for years that he's a racist. This isn't like the first time. So everyone knows he's a racist. He said some pretty offensive things about black people, but when you think about it, old white people at their home by themselves are gonna say some pretty offensive things. If I were a millionaire or a billionaire, like an old man, I would listen to this and I would never date a 20-year-old again, because this woman secretly recorded him. I don't know how many times. If you listen to the tape, she provoked him. She knew exactly what... It'd be like if I came to you and said, what do you think about the Hindus working at 7-Eleven and recorded you? I know what you're going to say. And then she stole $2 million from him. So, I mean, he said some pretty terrible things, but everyone says terrible things at home. So, I mean, it's...
You know, Lee, I'm happy that you're 25 and you think about this.
Yeah.
Nothing kills me the most when people act surprised.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it's 2014 and somebody would think this way. I say a lot of crazy shit on this show, but everybody knows that, I wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for black people. When I came from Cuba, they were my best friends, and they gave me the gift of friendship. I never fucking forgot that. And the posters on my wall are Richard Pryor and Julius Erving, and Denzel Washington's my favorite actor. I mean, when you talk, sometimes you talk out of content, you talk to be funny, but everybody knows deep down inside. I go to acupuncture. I've been infatuated with the Chinese way of life since before because of my mother. Mm-hmm. My mother was a big Chinatown chick. She would go to Chinatown when I was a kid and buy different herbs and drink them for different ailments, and I saw what it did to her. She used to have this thing, pomada china. It's this little fucking yellow thing in a container. It smells weird. You put this on any elbow or muscle or a knee, and I believe in that shit. I'm just lazy to go down and do it. My first girlfriend was fucking Chinese. Irish. There hasn't been a woman that's Irish. If you're Irish and you're a woman and you got dirty feet, you better fucking be careful because I'm all over you. Jewish, who are my best friends? You and Ari fucking Shafir. So do you understand me, people? I've always... Where I'm from in North Bergen, New Jersey, it's a beautiful place. You guys hear me say beautiful things about North Bergen. But they're racist motherfuckers. And I've always told other Spanish people I lived there, or Cuban kids, I've said, listen, man, this is North Bergen. It's great. But always remember, at the end of the day, you're always a fucking speck. And as long as you know that going in, it makes your life a lot easier. Mm-hmm. If the guy's known to being racist, whatever, I don't know what happened. I just read that she had Instagram pictures. Well, I mean, how racist could he be? She's black and he's banging her. Well, she's black and Mexican. He's eating that fucking ass. She's sucking that dick. One thing this chick, one thing that you bump into, the other day I went to the airport when I flew out of here. And there was a woman that was a 12, but I wouldn't want to be 5 feet from her. And the guy she was with was a fucking loser too. He was a fucking pussy too. And this chick was one of these / Asian black chicks that was tremendously hot, fake tits, tremendous rack, tremendous ass. But she even tried to get attention at the airport at 6 in the fucking morning. Like, that's what she was doing. She was talking loud and, on my first class tickets by the window, so everybody could fucking hear. And it was just embarrassing for this chick. And you could see that she was desperate and she had no fucking talent. See, this chick, Kim Kardashian, 20 years ago it was okay if you're a woman and you had no fucking talent in this fucking town. Because people would do this. But now, you had nothing. I'm sorry, I'm saying it the wrong fucking way. Now, because of Kim Kardashian, I'm not mad at it. I don't give a fuck about it. It makes no difference to me. You got these chicks parading around, and they always find some old man to give them $2,000 or $3,000, and these chicks walk around like they're doing something special in their life.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, they're sucking, at the end of the day, they're sucking some old dick, selling your soul.
Yeah, have you seen pictures of this guy?
This guy looks like Mickey Rourke, that the operation just went bad. So here's this chick. I looked at the Instagram, and she's a pig. You know, she's out there doing whatever. And he told her, you could fuck black guys. Didn't he say it to him?
Yeah.
You could suck that black yak stick, whatever the fuck you want. You could do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't bring them to my fucking thing. If you go to a Clipper game, it's all black people.
Yeah.
So what the fuck, you know, it's like, now everybody knows the guy is a racist. You just said it yourself. He's paid out before.
Like, apparently, like, he's, like, I forgot the guy's name, but a player a couple years ago said, like, it was his player on the court, his highest paid player, and he's saying, like, he's calling him the N-word and calling him stupid, and he's a fucking, it's like that fucking cook a few months ago, Paula Deen, who wanted to have slaves at her brother's wedding. You know what? It's a terrible thing, and you hope racism isn't there, and I think with each generation we're getting a little bit less racist. But it's
always there.
But
I don't give a fuck. Listen, it's always there. And you have to assume it's fucking there. And I'm not going to sit here and play the racist stick that I have no opportunities. You make your own fucking opportunities in this life. You'll never hear me say that I didn't get this and that because I'm cute. That's bullshit. I've gone after it like a fucking Jew in heat. You understand me? And if you're not going after it like that, then those are the people that throw race. Oh my God, I'm racist. They don't hire racist people. Keep that fucking. If you're the best at what you do and you go in there balls out, they don't give a fuck what color. If I know you can, if a corporation knows you can make them $80 fucking million, how he knows, he don't give a fuck what color they are. The only color he is concerned about is fucking green.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being racist. I can't be racist. I could talk shit because I'm trying to be funny. I'm a fucking moron. But I can never in my heart be racist. I can never in my heart, because I know what these racists have done for me. When I got out of fucking prison, who tutored me? Who tutored me and gave me an education on economics I never knew about? Muhammad Zabib. Muhammad Zabib was his name. Muhammad Zabib with sandals on. I used to laugh with this guy. This guy used to break bread with me at my house. I used to break bread with him at his house. I never ate hummus. You know, it wasn't popular then. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't cool for a fucking Arab guy to bust out hummus. People would say, put that away. It smells. But, do you understand me? So all the shit I talk is bullshit. But you know what's coming, you know in my heart is there's people that just genuinely don't give a fuck. And most people are those people. I'll tell you what I didn't like, though. Like, I looked at Snoop Dogg's thing. And Snoop Dogg was like, hey, to the president of the Lakers or whatever, Clipper, fuck you chicken-eating motherfucker. Then you fight racism with racism. Because I know when 10 black guys are together, they say, look at that fucking pencil neck, or whatever they call it, chicken neck, or whatever, that white motherfucker. And I don't get mad at that. I don't get that. Hey, dog, that's what that's what the media wants. That's what they want. They want that little anger in you. That 20% anger. They want you to walk around. They're always trying to create this fucking thing. You don't hear about the doctor who saved the blind kid, but you always hear about the cop who said the racist statement in Oklahoma. They always come up with the fucking video of him hitting the fucking black guy. You know, they want that tension there. I don't want that tension there in my life. And the other day, I pulled up to a black guy and I saw he had a Cadillac. And I pulled up next to him and I said something like, yo, what's happening, baby boy? And he looked at me like I was from another planet. But then I said, how's the Cadillac run? How is it? It's a new 2014. And we started talking. You know, you always notice that when you're around black people, you sound a little blacker.
Oh,
you know, like a lot of people do. Hey, brother, you always throw like a slang or something at him. You know what? And when I left there, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But he knew where my heart was.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. When I watched 12 Years a Slave a couple weeks ago, and I played the first 45 minutes, I kept asking myself, why the fuck am I watching this?
Oh, is it bad? I haven't seen
Well,
it.
this isn't what I believe in. This is not my belief. This is not even my fucking world. I couldn't exist in those worlds, in those times. I couldn't exist. That was not, those centuries were not made for me. I couldn't do that to another human being. But that's just fucking me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I watch it and I remember it's a movie and it's a story and I try to digest it. You know, when I watched Amistad and they were throwing the black people off the fucking ship, you know, they were doing the same thing to Cubans in '79 who weren't paying. They were taking Cubans and going, you know, we called Lee Syatt. He says he's going to pay you $20,000, but we called him back one additional $20,000. And you go, fuck it, they throw you off the fucking boat. Andy Garcia's trying to develop that story now about what happens when a country opens up, that it's beautiful. You read about all the great stories about the guy who came without his children and opened up a restaurant and he became a millionaire and went back and got his kids. But you don't hear about all the people that got thrown off the fucking boats.
Okay.
You know, from all over this fucking world. What do you think, the Cubans were the only ones? Blacks got thrown off fucking boats out there. Listen, man, every race fucking suffered. And when you make a statement like that, I've said it 1,000 times, it's where your fucking heart is. Last weekend on the podcast, I said chink and nigger on one fucking podcast. I didn't feel bad about it at all because I knew what my heart was. The biggest fan in the world, my main man, Chung, up there in fucking Baltimore, showed up the other night. He knows what my heart is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love Chinese people. I love Korean people. I couldn't have that hatred in my heart, even if I fucking tried. But it bothers me that people don't know the animal they're doing business with. You got to know the animal you're doing business with, because then this will happen. Always keep that in mind. This motherfucker thinks I'm a nigger anyway at the fucking end of the day. I know when people think I'm a criminal at the end of the day. What's the difference in prejudice? I'm a felon. You don't think there's people in the comedy business or in real life that, you know, he went to prison at one time. That's another word for me being fucking black. Felon and black is the same fucking word.
Mm-hmm. So that was the only interesting part to me, is because they're saying that the Clippers, the players and the coach should have the right to be a free agent at the end of the season. What would you do if, let's say, the owner of a comedy club chain, I don't want to say any of them, came out and had a tape like this and said, I hate Cuban people? Would you work at that comedy club?
I don't know. I don't know, because I know what this is. You think these comedy clubs hire me because they like Joey Diaz? They hire me because the church is selling tickets and people come to see me.
Exactly.
I've been around for 20 years. I know what time it is with them, and they know what time it is with me. If, like I told, I was in Grand Rapids, and I was telling the other comedians, when I get off stage, do you think I'm the type of guy that goes up to the comics and say, when I said that joke, did you see the emotion? I don't give a fuck. You think my material is any good? I'm just telling you what's in my life. It's not brilliant fucking material. And there's another comic that actually works harder and sits down and writes a fucking joke for you or whatever. I try to do that, but I can't. But what I'm talking about is from my heart, and the people feel it's fucking real. What's my point, Lisa? Yeah.
I don't know.
My point is that fucking, I'm not the best comic out there, but people know where my heart is. When people come to see me and I do the cocaine with the cat joke, they're like, he really gave his cat coke? Yeah, I was fucked up. I gave him a little fucking blast. Did I torture? No, I love the fucking cat. I suffer still to today. I think about Finney. This morning I woke up, and when I wake up on Monday, I wake up every fucking day, the only one who's up in the house are the cats.
Yeah.
And I was telling you the other night that I have a little Siamese, 2 girls, Wee Wee, Evie, and Lulu. You know, and it's amazing how sweet they are. They're super bad sisters, and they lost a brother, Demi Jr., DJ. They lost him. He died, right? But super bad lived, and the 2 girls lived. And I have other cats, and I've never had 3 sweeter cats in all my life. I don't know what. Those cats have been mine since day one. I've had them in the yard as they were little kittens. They play with me. I seen Lulu stand up to her father, and I'm like, he's going to kill you. Lulu one day did that cat thing where she got really skinny and hissed at him. She was a little fucking shit. I love those cats. I saw those cats grow up. I remember going on vacation to Tennessee with my wife for 3 days and missing those cats and worrying about the cats. Calling home, G was my friend then upstairs, an African kid, and his wife, she was Japanese. And I paid him money to feed those kittens. I was so worried about them those 3 days, because in the mornings, I'd be out. I'd get in the shower and run downstairs and say, DJ. And DJ would come running out, and he'd play with a ball with me, and then Superbad wouldn't talk to me, but the 2 girls would come close, and that little chubby thing, Evie, that is my life. And when I wake up on Monday mornings, when I wake up any morning, I got to tell you, man, I go to each of them, and I pet them, and I give them a hug as the coffee's getting ready. I feed them, and I tell my wife, I go, I got 10 minutes of cleanup. Who ripped this down off the couch? Who spit up a fucking hairball? Who fucking, ripped the paper in half? Who knocked the garbage down? Like if you eat shrimp and you put the shells in the garbage. Every morning I wake up to 5 minutes. But no matter how angry I am sometimes at them, like I don't get angry, but I'm like, what the fuck? I wake up to this shit. I pick them all up in the mornings. Like this morning I picked up fucking Fidel, and I picked him up so hard, I could hear him go, and I squeeze him, and I kiss him, and I tell him I love him. And I pick up Lulu, and I picked up Evie, and I was like, and Evie, you gotta watch, because when you put her down, when you walk away from her, she swats at you because she gets mad that you're leaving. So you gotta walk backwards on that bitch.
And it's funny because those are the only 2. Like I came over and you saw. I mean, I'm cool with most of your cats now. Evie and Lulu are like the only 2 that don't really mess with me.
No, they don't mess with nobody. Lulu and Evie don't mess with nobody. They They're like her father. They're tough. You know, this morning as I was feeding them, I looked up and Lulu had Harry by the fucking neck. She just biting him by the fucking neck. And he's like, what am I doing? And then I broke him. Lulu, stop it. And when Harry went away, I pet her. You're a good fucking girl. That's a way to control that motherfucker. But that hugging those cats, man, I can't be racist. It puts me in the best mood in the fucking world. When I leave that house, you know, at 5:30, and after I hugged them all, like as I was leaving, Demi jumped on top of my backpack.
Really?
Because he wanted love. He was sleeping when I was giving out love. And I went to pet him. He dropped. Like, for me to pet my stomach, so I pet him. I got down. I kissed him. I told him I loved him. And it's, when I do that in the mornings, man, my day fucking changes. Like, no matter what I wake up with, what bad thought is in my mind, what I went through over the weekend, what I'm thinking about, you know, as soon as I do that in the mornings, so... Yeah. Listen, man, to the coach, Don Sterling, I don't know what the fuck is in your heart and in your head and what you said, but you got to stay away from those scandalous fucking bitches. Those women are the worst. I mean, think of a woman who sells her soul. Look, I pee every day and I look at my dick. It's the ugliest fucking thing. Sometimes, you know, when you pee when you're 25 and you pee when you're 50, it's a different pee. I peed that was somebody farted in the fucking room. You understand me? The stink that comes out of your pee hole is fucking amazing when you're 50. Your piss smells horrendous. Oh my God. When I was a little kid, I used to have to clean my mother's the bathroom at the bar. Okay. The men's bathroom. And I would go in there and the pee smelled so fucking bad. It smelled so fucking bad. As a young kid, I'd go in there and go, what the fuck? My pee don't smell like that. Well, guess what? Now it smells like that. Sometimes when it comes out yellow, it's like a fart coming out of your dick hole.
Oh, God.
And that girl sucks that old dick. Yeah. I'm 51. I can't imagine what my disgusting dick and my balls smell like.
Well, he's just a terrible... Like, he's still married to his wife. His wife went to the game yesterday.
Yeah, so if he's a terrible person, think about it. Yeah. This guy is just a ball of fucking bad karma with his money. But it's so funny that this chick, she sold her soul years ago. She sold her soul. I looked at her Instagram pictures of her and her Range Rover and her cars, and her life is banging, and she probably pulls up at these places, and she had a professional photographer take these pictures of her with a bear on and all this shit.
Well, she probably wanted to be an actress. Did you hear her? Did you listen to the tape at all?
No.
It's like, she was like, oh, but we love each other, and I'm black, I'm mixed, and I can't live in this world that it still has racism in it. It's such overacting. But I mean,
she doesn't even know what she's saying. She's just still regurgling on the fucking whatever that's in the sperm that she drank that morning.
Yeah,
she's still gurgling on the there's a gluten-free fucking sperm. These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, he's 75 fucking years old. That shit's gluten-free. He's got that old man sperm. That'll knock your fucking wig off. What the fuck, Lee? Why are we talking about this shit? Who gives a shit? Where's my man Tony Bennett this morning? It's Monday morning. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Brush your teeth, comb your hair, smile in front of the mirror. Let these motherfuckers know you're dangerous.
I wanna be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks
your heart. What's up, Lee Syatt, you bad motherfucker? No edibles today. I'm taking care of you.
Okay.
Because Wednesday I'm making your fucking hair grow in front of me.
Well, I don't want to hear the live podcast, right?
Live, early morning. We're going for broke. It's the last day of the month. I'm giving you 2 days to vitamin C yourself, go for a walk, and get your energy up.
I'll do whatever.
I'm tying this table to your fucking back on fucking Wednesday, cocksucker.
As you used to do with me. It's going to be very interesting, though. I think they're going to make him sell the team just as it started getting good. He's going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, you know what, man? The fix is in. They were in the playoffs. He just destroyed the whole playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that girl just destroyed the whole playoffs. They're broken. They're walking around, and they're young, so they can't believe what happened. But they should have known. You know, there's some people who know where they stand in life, and there's some people who don't know where they stand in life. Or they know where they stand in life, they just don't want to believe it. They just don't want to believe it, Lee. And it's a big shocker when it happens. It shouldn't shock you, man. Yeah. You know, you said something interesting. If a comedy club owner was to say it, listen, man, I know comedy club owners that hate fucking black people more than fucking Don Sterling, but they do black shows there. And you know what? The owners leave on those nights. They're not there. They don't give a fuck. You know, and they make money. They make cash register off the black people. Cash register with those soul nights and Freedom Mondays and all that fucking shit, you know, and they don't give a fuck. You got to assume these motherfuckers. There's some people who actually care for the human race, and they fucking. Yesterday I went to church, you know, with my little fucking girl, and at the end of church I went. You know, you put them in daycare. My wife goes upstairs and I sit in daycare and watch them a little while. And there was the cutest little black girl in there. I just want to go over and hug her. And listen, man, it's not racism, but even at that age, they know this kid's different.
Yeah.
There was 6 white kids in the room and 1 black girl. She was innocent. She didn't know. She doesn't know. But sometimes racism comes in the form of ignorance. It always is. It's just ignorance. You know, I would be ignorant if Jasper Williams didn't take my hand those days in Harlem. I would be very ignorant if Jasper Williams never walked me up to his fucking building and ate with me. Like, I don't know, their family had no fucking money. My family had money. I remember going up there and taking out like a $10 bill when I was 5, and they're all looking at me like, where the fuck you get a $10 bill from? And I give them money, go buy sodas, because that's what my mother taught me as a young man. When you go to somebody's house, even at fucking 5, I knew that you went down and got the $10 worth of soda. I remember bringing Pepsi up to their house and thinking black people like Pepsi. You know, I like fucking Coke. But on Saturday nights, they would open their couches for me, and we would dance. And then they would look at me as being a spick, or as being a fucking honky or whatever. They were opening their culture to me. And I never forgot that, lady. I never, ever forgot that, man. Never. I could think of all my little black friends growing up in Catholic school, Lazarito Villar, and just all these little black kids that I don't know. I gave them extra love and attention. You know, I always liked the underdog. I believe in the underdog because I'm a fucking underdog, you know. But I think of those times, man, with that black family and what they did for me and how I can never think that way. And I can never think that way about, and I talk a lot of shit. Dog, I talk a lot of shit. I'm the first one to tell you, I talk shit just for the laugh sometimes because the word Hindu is funny. You know, when we said the word Hindu is fucking funny. Yeah. But man, you know, there's a kid who came, I met at the fucking weed store. I have Hindu friends, man. I don't give a fuck what they are at the end of the day. You know that. I mean, if you're my brother, we're brothers at the end. Yeah. At the end, you need a gun, let's go get a gun and shoot these motherfuckers together because I know I get the same from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, we got somebody.
Yeah.
What's up, cocksucker? Yo, hey. What's up, little brother?
Diaz.
It's me. What's happening?
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Why do you call me Joe after 30 fucking years? I told you about this already. It's either Coco or Diaz.
Yeah, I know you don't like Coco.
Oh, no, I like Coco. I don't like Joe. I don't like that Joe shit. I don't like when people from old school, people that I ate chicken cutlets at their house and fed me, I don't like when they call me fucking Joe. You all right? You people knew me as Coco. What your father used to call me? Coco Loco, right?
Yeah, him and Roger.
What's up, baby?
Nothing much, man. I'm just working like a fucking dog.
I thought you were going to say working like a slave. Don't say that today, please. I got enough fucking problems with what's his name, the coach of the owner of the fucking L.A. Clippers. What's up, Timmy? You know I love you. We talk once a week. We've been friends for a long time. It's funny, Timmy always calls me and says, hey, man, you know, I listened to the podcast, and when you were talking about being a kid on this block, I remember that, or what happened to that guy, and it really inspires me, Timmy. It really does something to me. When one of the kids I grew up with, first of all, I still talk to you. You know, I was very tight with your brother, but I still talk to you a lot. And that you like the show. You like what we're doing, and the stories move you, you know?
Yeah, you know, I've been driving a truck for, since 84, 85, so what is that, almost like 30 years. And I've always been a big fan of talk radio, Stern, O&A, and now with the podcast, you know, I got tons of them on my phone, but, you know, the regulars I listen to is you, Rogan, and Jim Florentine I like, but listening to your show, it's weird because you bring up names from the past, and people I haven't thought of in so long, and just like kind of forgot about that they're even in my life, or I even met them. Like Ruben Jerez, you talked about him before. I forgot about that guy, and then when I start thinking about him, I think about him. He used to hang out with the kid Rabbit. He looked like the guitarist from Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Remember that kid? He had the long blonde hair.
Yeah.
I see him. He's still around the third. So you know, it's it's weird, and for me to call in and be on the show, it's really weird because I never wanted to call into like a talk show or anything like that. I mean, I listened for, like I said, 30 years to the talk radio, and I never wanted to be a caller. So for me to call in and talk and hear myself on the radio, it's fucking crazy. You know, and to see you, you know, acting in movies with De Niro, and, you know, and the guys you've acted with, it's fucking blows me away. I'm sorry. It blows me away because these were guys growing up. You know, you see De Niro was in Godfather 2, man, that movie's so great. And for you to be in his presence, I know he's just a regular guy who puts his pants on one leg. I know all that stuff, but still, it's De Niro, man. You know, and for you to have that success and stuff like that, and you made it, you know, we never would have thought that stuff when we were younger. It was crazy. It was just constant just getting high, drugs, and laughing, and, you know, all that nonsense we did when we were kids.
It's, Timmy, I still remember going to see 48 Hours with your brother. You know, I remember seeing Nick Nolte one day at a store and just thinking about your brother, Fernie, and Glenn Conti in the dead of the winter going to see that movie and laughing our fucking asses off. You know, that's what is crazy to me, that I went to see these guys with you guys. You know, I went to the movies with you guys, and now I'm standing next to these guys. It's fucking crazy. And for me, I just laugh. Timmy, I laugh because if they only knew. If people only fucking really knew. Like, there's people that listen to this podcast and still probably go, you know, what the fuck, Joey? We like you. They don't know, Timmy. They don't know that, you know, I used to snort coke under that rocket ship on 88th Street Field. And, you know, that little rocket ship, I remember doing an 8-ball and my nose was bleeding and crying because I didn't know when my life was going to change, you know. And it's amazing, Timmy. And I'm not a millionaire. I'm not financially, none of that shit. But you know that I'm rich in life. Like, what happened here is a fucking once in a lifetime, especially the guys like us, man. It's if you
go ahead.
No, I was just thinking those Sunday dinners at your house with your grandmother. If I would have popped my head up at one of those Sunday dinners and looked at all of you and go, hey, not for nothing, I'm happy you Irish and German motherfuckers fed me. But in 30 years, I'm going to do a movie with De Niro. Your grandmother would have thrown a fucking can at me, dog.
She thrown shit at you.
She would have thrown shit at me. So to us, Timmy, this is fucking out of this world, Timmy. This is something that is unbelievable. I remember the time when the water broke in Jersey City, and I took your brother down to the shore, and he got burnt to death with the suntan, remember? And we took him back, and your grandmother was in the living room, and your brother was fucking purple from the sun. He was purple. They kept putting that yellow ointment on him. That what's that pink shit? What's that pink shit, Timmy? Oh my God!
I don't know.
You know, calamine lotion, right? They kept putting calamine lotion. So your grandmother, I get down there and I'm like, "What's up, Roger? You coming? I ain't going nowhere. Look what you motherfuckers did to me yesterday. I'm all red." And the whole time he's yelling at us, your grandmother is at the dinner table drinking a beer, going like this: "Put Noxema on it." She kept saying, "Put Noxema on it." And your brother kept saying it and looking at your grandmother, and then he kept looking back like, "Coco, how am I going to go out tonight?" And your grandmother kept saying, "Put Noxema on it." And he looked at her and he goes, "Grandma, say Noxema one more fucking time, I dare you." And your father's like, "Roger, relax. She keeps saying fucking Noxema. Put the Noxema on it."
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, my brother was a whole different. It's weird. My brother's so much different now. He's not the same person he was back then. And, you know.
Timmy, he couldn't be. Timmy, he couldn't be.
Man.
We've had this conversation about your brother before. He could not be. We could not continue to do. Him, Glenn Conti, and Fernie live in this other world now because I'm the only one that could believe what happened. I think you know why? Because I put my mother in a casket at 15, and I believe that anything could fucking happen at any time in this life. Glenn Conti listens to Joel Osteen now. Can you believe that? My brother, Glenn Conti, who was in the car with us, who did blow and ran over hookers. You know, you got your brother. Last time I saw your brother, I said to him, "Hey, you still banging hookers?" And he goes, "No. Now I let them jerk me off with their feet." Do you understand me? These are the guys. Fernie, I don't know what happened to him, but if people understood that year and a half, what us three did together, what us four did together, me, your brother, and those two guys. You know, Timmy, this morning when I was thinking of calling you, I was sitting there drinking coffee one day, and I had to tell you the truth. If somebody came to me today, some white guy with greasy hair and a suit and a fucking cross on, and he said to me, Coco, I got a deal for you. I'm going to give you one night with Fernie, Conti, and Roger. You're going to meet at 8 o'clock. I'm going to give you all the blow, the quaaludes, whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to give you a car. It's not going to get pulled over, but at the end of the night, you die. And you have to walk away from all this. I'd have to tell him to give me 24 hours because I'd have to think about it. That's how much I miss those guys and that camaraderie. Like, it was 2 years. And, you know, you got to remember, Timmy, my mother had just died. If it wasn't for your brother and those guys and your family with the Noxema stories and all that shit, I wouldn't be here, man. I would have been in an insane asylum.
They that's where I remember my most memories with you were me, you, and guys sitting in Ronnie's basement. Remember, behind the pile of laundry. You have to climb over Ricky's dirty underwear.
Oh my God, they had 6 feet of fucking laundry downstairs. And your brother used to go, I would go downstairs, but I had a high hurdle over the fucking clothing. It's
weird. It's not just. It's just. Do you look back on some of the stuff and like it's not real? Do you feel like some of it's not real? It didn't happen, and then you think it's. I remember it happened, but you get that weird feeling of like you didn't do. I don't know. I don't know if you feel the same way I do. But
no, everything that I did in North Bergen was real.
I was so fucked up, drugged up, you know, and years have gone by with all the drugs and everything, and you know, just being. You know, I haven't had a drink since 2001, but, you know, I smoked a little weed here and there, and, you know, I can't because of my job. But you just can't go back, you know what I mean? Growing up is tough, you know what I mean? To be a man and a father and all that stuff is not easy. It's really not easy, man, to be out there with responsibilities and stuff like that.
No.
It's not easy.
To me, it's not. But, you know, we did it to we pushed the drug hill to it. Listen, man, I have a baby girl. I have a 16-month-old baby girl.
It's over. It's over now.
It's over, but listen to me. I had this opportunity once before, and I don't fucking remember it. I don't remember it, Timmy. I don't remember changing diapers. You know, me and that little girl don't talk today, and I don't blame her because I don't remember a lot of things because I put cocaine first. You know, and a lot of people do that in the beginning, then they try to get their life back. I got a second chance. Tim, I'm the second chance guy, you know. I keep getting second fucking chances in life, and I, you know, do the best I can with them. But I don't remember, you know, so I know that when you have a child, right now I quit smoking 2 months ago. I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't want it in the house no more. I was sick and tired of having it in my lungs. But at the other hand, I want to look her in the face sometimes, you know. I want it to be real, you know. And Tim, what my point was with your brother before and those guys in the car is that I miss those times so much it hurts. I miss those guys so much it hurts, and it's 30 years later. I miss those guys. I've been talking to Fernie's brother online, but I still haven't busted the question yet, how your brother's doing, because I don't know how he's going to react. You know, Fernie put a lot of his blame of his life on me and us. So,
yeah, he went down pretty hard. He disappeared for a while, and I told you, I seen him, I guess it must have been the early 90s. He was working in Leo's in Hoboken. In that restaurant, he was working as a cook in the back there, and then I don't know what happened to him after that. I haven't seen him. But, yeah, Fernie was a good kid, man. He was quiet. You know, he was a really good kid. I know him since when I moved up to 64th Street, and when I think I was the 4th or 5th grade. And you were that's when you first moved into North Bergen.
I moved to North Bergen in 73, but I didn't go out in North Bergen until like 75 was when I went to McKinley.
Yeah, I remember you from the basketball courts across the street from Balzano's house. I remember when I was a kid seeing you down there, you know, with Small Bush and all them guys, you know. All them other guys, the Benders and all them guys. You guys were a couple blocks away from us. But,
Yeah, I mean,
it blows me away to hear, the things that you talk about, because it brings it back so vividly. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes I have to stop the truck and I find myself, like almost, crying because I miss it too. But what I went through to get off drugs, Joey, it was a living hell. I had to go down to Florida for months and detox off of pills, which was hell. And Roger was doing the same thing, and we were in deep, man. And and still today, I have really bad back pains from driving this truck all day, and I struggle, man. I struggle with it, and it's to be clean and sober and clear-minded is one of the greatest things in the world. But for drug addicts like me and you know what I mean, we still savor the drug thing. Like you said, you would want to go back with it half the time before. That's such an insane thought. Only a drug addict would think like that. You know what I mean? And that's the way I think, and that's the way I feel too. I would, if I wanted to go back, it would. I always say to myself, like, start life again. I would still do drugs again, but I wouldn't get as bad. You know what I mean? Instead of saying to yourself, "Well, I'll never touch drugs again," I say, I'd go back and start over, but I would just take it easy with the drugs, which is insane thought, because I'm a drug addict. I'll never take it easy. You know what I mean? So that's just it's ingrained in me. It's the way we grew up. It's our generation. This generation coming up, I don't know, my sons. Who knows what's going to happen, Joe? I don't know. It's a crazy world out there. I really don't know, man.
It's crazy because I stopped doing the coke and the pills, but the transfer addiction, I went over to reefer. I felt that was where I was the safest, was with reefer, And when I say I would go back, I mean, I don't think I could ever do a line of coke again or a pill. I got ecstasy at the house. I got pills at the house. I look at them, once a week and go, when am I going to give this away? Just to sit with them. And drive for an hour and talk about where our lives went and what happened. And, it would be great to see them. When I go home, I always think of calling Roger, but I know deep down inside, me and Roger are best friends from afar. You know what I'm saying? I know that Roger would be uncomfortable if I went and tried to smother his private life. I know that Roger would feel very uncomfortable. After 3 minutes, he'd have nowhere to go. Our conversation would have nowhere to go.
100% right. And he's my brother, and that's the way it is with us now.
No, I know. Hey, listen, the most important thing...
close.
Yeah, the most important thing about life is knowing where you stand. If you don't know where you stand with your people and your friends, it's going to be a nightmare. And I love Roger to death, but I would never call Roger and say, hey, where's your address? I'm on my way, because he would have a nervous breakdown.
You talk to you for 10 minutes, and then, all right, Coach, I'll see you later.
And he's been doing that since he was a kid. But now, at least 20 years ago, I'd go to eat with him. Remember when you could go to eat with him? It was always fun. He would torture people while he was eating and whatever. He wouldn't even do that now. I'd get him to loosen up. I could get him to loosen up, not to smoke pot, nothing like that, but I could get him to laugh and to crack a racist joke or something. He was always good for something. But it's really weird that in this day and age, Timmy, I still call you, you call me, we laugh. You'll say, hey, you told that story the other day, that was fucked up. I forgot all about that. We grew up, and listen, man, I don't know what the fuck I am. I don't know. But I tell you one thing, we met a lot of interesting people growing up. I know I did.
Yeah.
And just in our fucking blocks, just I still remember the most popular neighborhood for crazy people in our neighborhood was 64th Street Field. For a lot of people who know North Bergen or may not know North Bergen, there's like 8 parks where kids used to hang out in. But the one that had the worst reputation was 64th Street Field. And every time you'd walk past it, you always had to be prepared. Like some kids were like, we're going to walk past it real quick and look straight. Don't look at them. But there was... The Rocks. I still remember one night snorting coke at Randy Mergel's house until 5:30 in the morning. And going, we got to go for a walk. Me, him, D'Agostino. And we had to be there at 7 in the morning at school. I used to go to school first period. I had CIE work-study program. I'm a fucking junior, and it's 5:30 in the morning. Again, for you people at home, I'm a junior in high school. It's 5:30 in the morning. We're snorting coke at somebody's house. The first class is at 7:30. This is why I'm fucked up. This is why this podcast is crazy. And I remember making a right on that corner by Lincoln School and walking down to the field and thinking I was just going to get air and seeing Corky and 20 other people on the rocks with their shirts on from going to work the day before. I thought I was doing something cool, but there was 20 other fucking people that were men that were already out still drinking from the night before that hadn't even gone home after fucking work.
Yeah, that was, all them guys were, that was Corky, the Worthington brothers, my wife's family, Dowling, Billy Dowling, Tommy Dowling, all them guys. Yeah, they were the next level up from us. You know, Randy, me, you, Randy, and the Thomas, Davey Thomas, Joey Thomas.
Davey Thomas was who taught me how to go fag bagging. That's who went fag bagging first. He's the first guy to tie up some guy. He tied up the piano player from Lawrence Welk. He's the first guy ever to fucking cause damage on 64th Street. I mean, these kids were fucking crazy, but these kids, nobody was rich. Timmy Holloway, correct or no correct? Nobody was rich, bro. There was a couple people that had money uptown, but besides that, everybody fought for themselves. And if anybody found out you had money, we'd try to take it. Like, you couldn't go out at night without you jack. We'd jack you for a 10 something. If we knew you had a 50 on you, we had to walk with a 10 with something. You know, I could write a book about the 2 years I spent with Roger and how many laughs I had and how many times, man, I wasn't sure about my life. But Roger made me laugh, and it made me forget about. I remember the night that Glenn Conti beat that kid up and broke his jaw. And 2 nights later, I get a call from Roger. He's at Gregory's 7-day weekend, and he's going crazy. This is when your brother was definitely the funniest man in America. He still is. This is right around the time you pulled up with the car and you left the lights on, the blinkers on, and he came out and he goes, "Timmy, what's the circus coming to town? Turn the fucking blinkers up." I'll never forget that statement. But we were at Corky's.
It's weird. I can hardly remember that far back, man. From all the abuse to my brain, I know what you're talking about, but I can hardly remember it because I know it happened and it's there, but
you can't close your eyes, Timmy, for 1
second.
Close your fucking.
I can't imagine him being that guy anymore.
Oh no, he's not that guy. Oh no. And look at me, I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not the guy that used to call you and say, "Pick me up, we're going on a fucking ride, Timmy."
Yeah, you'd be naked in the back of my car.
Oh, we wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to nobody anymore. But it's so funny that Glenn Conti had just broken that kid's jaw. I don't remember what the kid's name was, and his jaw was wired up. And he was at Corky's waiting for Glenn Conti. There was a little bounty waiting for Glenn Conti. And your brother, the balls on your brother, he walked right into the storm at 8 o'clock. You know how people used to go out at 10 then? Not your brother. He went out at 8. He was going to get the jump on the night. And he would call me up. "Coco Loco, where you at? I'm at Corky's. Come on up. I just got a package. Come on up here." And I remember walking in, and the Johnny Vest was working. Do you remember the bartender, Johnny? He always wore a vest. So they called him Johnny Vest, right? And your brother at that time was a professional bartender killer. Okay? If there was a bartender, your brother's job was to torture him till the guy quit. He did it to the guy at the Mai Kai. Remember he had that Chinese restaurant? He used to call the guy over and karate chop him. He used to pay a Chinese guy to let him karate chop him. You'd walk into the Mai Kai and he'd go, "Watch this. Come here." The guy would walk over and the guy would put his neck down and Roger would go, "Ha! You can't write that shit. You can't write that shit." Roger would give him like a 10. "Here's a 10. Let me karate chop you one time." So we're at this fucking Gregory 7-day weekend. That was the name of the bar. And I walk in and they're all looking at me because I'm Glenn Conti's friend. Glenn Conti broke this guy's jaw on a Monday night. It's Wednesday. Who goes out on a fucking Wednesday with an 8-ball? I walk up, and in those days, your brother used to smash the ashtrays at the bar. You remember those black plastic ashtrays? Timmy, he would bang them on the bar until they broke in half. And the guy would just keep breaking them and put new ash. Why would you put a new ashtray up there? And he'd get carried away and pick up the ashtray and start banging. "Johnny Vest, give me a double. Give this cocksucker a double too. Give the Coco Loco, get over here." And then he'd yell, "Coco's in the house. Put your wallets in your front pocket." You know, you'd always say that. Remember? He would always say that. "Wallets in front pockets. Wallets in front pockets." Coco Loco. And all of a sudden he started hitting the ashtrays. And the guy that Glenn Conti had broken his jaw was wired up sitting right next to Roger. And Roger is looking, but he's close to Roger, like he's listening to Roger's conversation. And Roger's looking at me, and he's fucking hitting the thing. He's like, Coco Loco's in the house. Coco Loco's in the house. And all of a sudden, he's like, how you doing, buddy? You know how you hit your ass? And go, how you doing, buddy? And with one of those how you doing, buddies, he looks over at this guy, and the guy's looking at me and goes, what do you want, a jawbreaker? And he looks right back at me. He asked this motherfucker, what do you want, a jawbreaker? And he went right back to me like he hadn't said nothing. And I just had to keep it fucking together and laugh my ass off, man. But Timmy, I'm happy that, you always call the show and you're still my friend. And you got me lost last time on the way to Artie Lang. But, Timmy, after all these years, we're still fucking friends, brother. And I love you with all my heart, and I love that you're still in my life, man. I wouldn't know what to do if you weren't in my life. And we have friends we talk about my man Guy Tabasco, and, but we come from Timmy, and I'll tell you why I miss that time, because I don't have that no more. If I had that camaraderie right now, I'd be a different man out here. If I had Darren Rago still alive, I'd be a different man,
Well, he lives right across the street from me just before he died, and I seen him, and he was I don't know, he wasn't himself either. He was, because he was married with a kid, and he didn't want to be there either. You know what I mean? But she was trying to tame him.
No, she was trying. Hey, bro, women's job is to tame us. It's just at what time they walk into our life.
He couldn't tame him. He was like he was destined for whatever the way he went out. You know what I mean? Is sad, but he was destined for something bad to happen to him. He was really wild, that kid. And he was into stuff that none of us. Well, I know you know more than I do, but he was into some crazy shit, man.
It's funny. I have a picture of him on my wall, and then I have a little thing that on Mondays, every Monday I put water out for the spirits, and I light a candle for them. In fact, on the way here, I think I lit the candle early. I didn't want the house to burn down. And I look at their pictures, and I look at all of them. Darren, Dominic Speciale, Anthony Balzano, my mother. I look at my friend's daughter, Emma. I have all their pictures out there, and I think about them, man. And those guys give me strength because they're not here. But I know they're watching over me, I know that Darren watches over me, and I know that Anthony Balzano, I think about these guys. I keep these guys alive in my heart. And it makes me strong. It makes me stronger than fucking death to keep these guys alive. Because it's all I have, it's so weird. I keep these memories alive because it keeps me moving forward. It reminds me who the fuck I am. I never, ever wanted to forget who the fuck I was, man. Never. It gave me so much strength growing up with you guys. I never wanted to forget. So, thank you for calling me, and thank you for always digging the podcast and shit, brother.
Yeah, it's a great. Like I said before, I know radio because I've been listening for years. And like I said last week, when that lady, you guys were getting loud, and that lady knocked on the door. That was great radio, man. I was laughing my ass off when that happened. And it's a good show. Lee's a good producer, and
fuck Lee.
I love listening.
Fuck this cocksucker.
It keeps me engaged. You know what I mean? There's something about it that I love listening. I don't know if because I know all the stories and I know all the people, but it is a good radio show, and I hope you have continued success with it.
Well, I love you, brother. Now, I'm happy that you still contact me and we call each other and we fuck around and we giggle and we, I like when you call me after a podcast and go, hey, man, when you were talking about that the other day, I remembered that situation. Yeah. But you're my buddy, and I'm happy that you called on a Monday, and we'll talk soon, my friend. Give my best to your family always.
All right, man. I love you too, brother.
Love you, brother. Stay blacker than black. That's the real deal, brother. That's as real as it gets, cocksucker. What the fuck are you looking at?
What do you want, a jawbreaker?
What do you want, a jawbreaker? And then he went right back to me like nothing happened. And the guy's face just turned. And that was, it was amazing that you guys always send me emails and say, hey, man, thank you. I was on Oxycontin. I was on heroin. I lost 200 pounds. You guys send me all these fucking emails. You want to thank me and Lee? I got to tell you something. I want to thank you guys. Because since I've done this, you keep me on my fucking toes. I've become a better stand-up. I've become a better man. I've become a better father. I've become a better person all around because you guys keep me on my fucking toes, man. So when you guys come to the shows and give me a hug and you buy a stupid fucking mug or a patch, you let me know that the little world that I believe in is still it's still around, that there's good fucking people out there. There's people that fucked up and now we're scratching to come back. And in the meantime, we're fucking doing all the right things. We put our blinkers on. We make a left or a right. We pick up garbage. We pay our taxes. We take the garbage out. You know, these are the fucking things you got to do, man. It's everybody thinks that you have to do all these other things to be successful. And it all starts with little fucking things, man. You know, little things. Being a better friend, torturing Lee, making meat an edible every day, making your friends walk, making your friends better. That's what Rogan did when he opened up the door for us, you know, is for us to be better, man. He wanted me to be better and Ari to be better and Duncan, and it happened, so now we're opening up the floodgates. And the next one is you know. Everybody has, you know, the other day I was talking to Lee how I went to get gas at 5 in the morning before I went to the airport, and I saw a guy, maybe 10 years younger than me, maybe 40, pumping gas outside, smoking a cigarette. And as I was pumping the gas, I saw he had 2 assistants in the truck, 2 young guys, you know, 18, 19. And they were just sitting there, and they both had this look on their face like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know? And it's the same look I had on my face when I was that age, because you're like, what the fuck am I going to do? Is this my life? Is this my future? And you look at the guy that is driving the truck, your crew leader, and this guy is no fucking... you know, this guy's no Einstein. And you start looking at him thinking, is this going to be my life? And the guy gets back in the truck and tells you if you work hard, you're going to be able to buy your own house. Look at me. I got a 2-bedroom flat. And, you know, and he's selling you, and you're looking at this guy like, this guy is fucking delusional. But at the same time, he's very proud of what he's done, but we don't look at it that way. We look at it like the guy's a waste of time. This guy's been working hard for 20 years, and what does he have, a fucking boat? And a fucking house, and he works 6 days a week. I could sell drugs. I could do this. We always think of the shortcut. I always took the shortcut. I'm not going to lie to nobody. I always thought I could do better than this guy, but I had to sell drugs or I had to rob somebody, you know. And it's so weird. I remember that feeling. I was telling, you know, Lee does a podcast about guys that are 25 and under and what they go through. And I think that's the biggest fucking thing is confusion and fear. And I didn't have it because of these guys. I never thought about it because of these guys. These guys were such an effect on me. From Roger Holloway to, I mean, he was fearless. I had 2 guys in my life that did not give a fuck about their surroundings. And they would let you know what was on their mind, and if you crossed them, they would fucking fight you to the end. It was going to be a nightmare for you. And one was Roger Holloway, who was no tough guy, and the other one was Mike Roney. I learned from them so much. And this is why I didn't fracture all those years when I was young. I didn't have nothing, and I doubt myself because of the people I had around me. So I keep them close by because if they help me then, they keep me together now, even with a little conversation, a little fucking call. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of that today. But I'm proud of you guys. Thank you for all the love you give me and the respect. And Lee, it's amazing. Lee can never be a racist. Every fucking city I go to, there's always the biggest, blackest guy comes up to me and says, where's motherfucking Lee? It is amazing. I had 3 fucking doors. I had 3 black doors come up to me in Baltimore asking me about fucking Lee. Where's Lee at? Where's Lee at? People always ask me where Lee at. It's always big, black, burly motherfuckers.
I love it.
So you couldn't be racist even if you wanted to be.
No.
Sucker.
I mean, everyone has... before Timmy called, I was going to ask you, the only time I ever thought about it, and not being racist, but I thought about it with my last girlfriend, I thought about it with Paula, is... like when you're a kid growing up, you never imagine. You always imagine your kids being white. Now with Paula, my kids aren't going to be. If I have kids with Paula, they're not going to be white. I'm interested in what like your wife thinks, like because your wife comes from Tennessee. I don't think she ever thought she was going to have a kid with a Cuban guy. I don't think her family ever thought that. So I'd be interested to. I don't think she's racist, but I can't imagine that's what she imagined.
Love is love.
Yeah.
Love is love, man. You know, and sometimes I see a hot. Real Japanese woman with a white guy or something, and I giggle and I go, love is love, and love doesn't have color barriers.
Yeah.
You know, and What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I was thinking about because like all these white people are all up in arms. I can't believe Donald Sterling. But how many of them, if they brought a Clipper home, like a black guy home, and with a white girl, how many of the dads would be like, ooh, like I mean, that's the only part that annoys me is people. When I said earlier that I think with each generation people are getting less racist, I actually think people are getting just more, they're hiding it more. It's like more PC. Because like I know people from my hometown, if like the girl, like there's always like that one white girl who only dates black guys, and it's just people talk about it. That's just the world we live in.
Like I said, I talk a lot of shit, but I can never be racist just because of my admiration for all the different races and what they have to bring to the table.
Right.
What I took from them, I took a lot from black humor. I take a lot, man. I read and I love. So, but I also, before something sad or something, I always think of the struggle. Because I had the same struggle, maybe in my heart, maybe, I don't know. The only time I thought about racism was one time in Jersey, Mr. Fontana, a gym teacher, two kids were talking in Spanish, Peter Jimenez and somebody else, and he made them walk home because he told them this was America. And I remember how the kids reacted, me going home and telling my mother's like, you know what? I don't agree with him making the kids walk, but I agree with him for what he said. I understand where it's coming from. You can't be mad at him. He's trying to make you an American and make you better or something. So it's how we fucking perceive it.
Was it the same gym teacher who Mr. Balzano had to go beat up?
No, that was Mr. Totoro, and that was 2 incidents. And I gotta tell you something, guys. Those are the only 2 incidents I've had in my life. And that's why I don't let racism affect me. I don't let racism bother me. When I see it, it bothers me. But what the fuck are you gonna do? If you leave the house thinking that all these people you come in contact with are not racist, you got a big fucking surprise coming to you.
Yeah.
You got to assume that 50% of the people walking around are two-faced motherfuckers. Two-faced motherfuckers, 50%. And I'm being generous on that number. I'm talking about people who don't like you and will smoke your weed. People, I was not raised to be that way. If I didn't like you, I had a problem with you, I stay the fuck away from you. I don't hang out with you. Well, he's having a party. Don't say nothing. He's got tons of money. Let's go. You're like, why would they don't fucking like Hindus? Who cares? He'll cover his feet. You won't see his toes. He's got tons of money. No.
He'll cover his feet.
I'm just saying. I'm just making a fucking example here. That's how I was raised. If you don't like somebody or you don't like somebody's politics, you stay the fuck away from them.
Yeah.
But in today's society, people don't give a fuck. People do not give a fuck. I really appreciate the Rogan show the other night because there's Joey Diaz fans and there's people that don't want to talk to me that are Rogan fans. They're too smart. Rogan has a section of fans that are just too smart. They're just, they're too intelligent. They're too fucking smart. They think of everything. Well, he gave coke to the cat. He must be a felon. Like I said, people are prejudiced of me because I'm a felon. And when you're a felon, it's just another word for being black. That's why I tell people to stay the fuck black. Because no matter what I do, I always have the stink of a felon on me. What do you think? I never went and did the paperwork to get the felony taken off. I don't give a fuck. Because I could hide it, but it's in my walk. It's in my style. It's who the fuck I am. And I could either hide it and put it away like a shame, like most people in this country do. They're ashamed of the mistakes they've made. I put it out there. So when I say something, you'll go, I know why he said that. I know why he means that. I know where he's coming from. So as far as I'm concerned, I ain't going to no fucking Clipper games either. Fuck him. Fuck him. I want to give out some fucking, what were you saying, my brother?
You're just not going because it's $200. It's too expensive.
I don't give a fuck. I don't even fucking like him, but now I don't like him even more. I want to give a shout out to my favorite fucking Chinaman, Chung Kennedy. Last name of Kennedy. I don't know how the fuck that happened. A bad fucking Guinea. Zonyo! I love you, cocksucker. Jesse in Ontario, thank you for the love. Toxic. Get it together, cocksucker. Toxic is one guy that hit me up from MSNBC. He's one of those MSNBC guys. He was locked up. He came out. He had no money, and I understood. So I sent him a letter and explained to him. The Teflon Jew. I always love you.
Oh, shit.
Diego Jordan, Ryan Gradsby, and Chris Irent. I love you, motherfuckers. The church of what's happening now, eating ass in 73. That's our new motto. You understand me? Some people have a motto, 20 million burgers served. I don't give a fuck. They're just making people fat. The church of what's happening now, eating ass since 73. Joey, whose ass did you eat when you were 10? The girl upstairs, Yvette Torres. We used to wake up in the morning. She had hair on her pussy. I didn't. She'd let me smell it and lick it and shit. Not that I ate it the right way. I just looked at it. She had a big bush on her fucking pussy. I loved it. You understand me? You gotta love that. And let me tell you something for you fucking people in Texas. I love Texas. I love everything that you stand for. I'm a fat fuck. I belong there. I can't wait to go so I can buy some clothes that fits. Yeah, because 2X in Texas is fucking huge.
Oh, really?
Oh, a 2X here, it's like a fucking skinny person. That's how they get you. You buy a 2X in fucking Texas, see what it looks like. Looks like a fucking blanket.
Oh, good.
A 4X in Texas is like fucking the size of this building. It's amazing when you buy clothes in fucking Texas. It's completely fucking bigger. All those numbers they give you at Sears and Walmart, those are for European fucking fat people. You understand me? That ain't got fluoride in their system. Okay. That shit down in fucking Texas, you're gonna see the clothes they have for fat people. Because when you're fat and you go to fucking Big and Tall, all those stores, and you travel, they have your clothes. So when you go to Chicago and you see a fat guy, he's got the same shirt as you want. Okay. You look at each other like two fucking jerk-offs. We've talked about this before. In Texas, they got fat tailors for fat people. You'll get clothes that nobody else in the world has.
Oh, shit. But so you were saying about Texas.
So I'm not fucking around. San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas. I love you guys. If you want to come see me this year, I'd love to see you. Do me a fucking favor. Come to Austin. The 15th through the 17th. That's all I'm telling you, because I got no other dates in Texas. The Improv, Houston, Dallas ain't going to put me in there. San Antonio hasn't gotten back to us, so it's fucking Austin. So if you haven't fucking seen me all year and you want to have a good time, you want to smoke some vapor hits and eat some pot cookies and get Lee to fucking give you a back rub, come on down to Austin. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even advertising it. I'm just fucking telling you. I don't want to hear you later. When are you coming to Dallas? I ain't coming to fucking Dallas. And I ain't coming to fucking Houston, okay? Right now, it's not in the books. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Invent myself there? Get a tent so I can go down there and zoom myself in? I can't. Austin's where it's at. Not this week, not the week after, but the week after. The Flying Jew's coming with me. Fuck. This week, I'm in Santa Barbara, Rogan. But the week after that, I'm in Santa Fe at the Camelback fucking Casino, 8 o'clock, Saturday night with my man, Ari Shafir. What? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to talk? What's with the questions?
No, I don't know. He gives back rubs too.
What?
Ari Shafir. Jews give him. He doesn't? Okay.
No, I don't like when Jews give back rubs. I don't like people rubbing me from behind. You know that shit. I told you already.
And I know who I just noticed, and he didn't ask me to do this or anything. Edwin San Juan's in the Pachanga Comedy Club this weekend, May 2nd and 3rd. Because I was just looking at his Twitter. And
down again,
no.
What are you pressing buttons for?
Well, mind you, what's with the questions? That's my whole thing. I press buttons.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to find the last 2 minutes of Dogs by Pink Floyd. That's the anthem of the day today. I want to give some shout outs to my fucking tremendous sponsors. On It, that's always there for me. OnIt.com has been there since the beginning. I didn't know what they were about. Joe Rogan sold them to me a little bit, told me about them. Then I started taking on it. I'll tell you what, the Alpha Brain, thank you for that. The turnaround 180s. If you fly a lot, if you're a businessman and you fly a lot, and you don't want that little last bit, people call it jet lag. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you get that little last bit of tiredness you can't shake. Drink a 180 or change your whole fucking life. Protein. The hemp protein. You can't fucking beat it. 16 grams of protein. It tastes delicious. I like the chocolate, but the acai vanilla is not bad either. Go with the chocolate, fucking tremendous. You won't shit blood.
Have you mixed it?
Yeah, no, I've never mixed it.
Oh, you should mix it. I like
a black and white.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would taste. I don't know if the thing would blow up. It's protein powder. Next thing you know, I'm missing a finger like some fucking Arab guy because I'm mixing fucking protein powders and shit. My point is, On It is there to take care of you. They have a money-back guarantee. They have digestive enzymes. They've got kettlebells. Do me a favor. Just go to On It and look at the webpage. I don't even know what's in the Shroom Tech Sport, which I'm a fat fuck gives me an extra 20 minutes. I'm sore the next day and there's nothing you can do. That's why you pop the strong bone or you drink the fucking whatever else they have for soreness. But as far as energy, real fucking energy, lung energy, not you're going to be jittery and shit like that, the Shroom Tech Sport, I can't fucking push it enough. And the Shroom Tech Immune. If you fly a lot, or if you're in weird situations, you're a coach, you're around a lot of kids. When you're around a lot of kids, it smells like the fucking flu. Don't be that motherfucker. Take Shroom Tech Sport. All right, go to On It. Go to onit.com if you like on your own. Look around what they have. If you're going to order something, go to joeydiaz.net. See if I'm going to be in your town. And put what in the box?
Church.
Church. CHURCH in the box. and you get 10% off. Look into the Stay On It program. They'll mail you the stuff to your house at the first every month. Like Thursday, you'll get a whole new fucking batch of whatever the fuck you're doing, and they'll send it right to your house, and you get 20. And I'm giving you 10 extra for doing that. Go to onit.com today. See what they got to offer. You're not going to be sorry. From kettlebells to battle ropes to fucking grenades, Onit does it all. Hulu Plus, you know what, man? Again, every week I get emails from people. This week I answered 92 fucking emails. That was the most in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, 5 of those emails were people thanking me either about Dollar Shave Club or Hulu Plus. They didn't know about it. You know, I didn't know about things like Hulu Plus. Lee used to tell me about all the other companies. But once Hulu Plus looked into us and we looked into them, we love it. They got shows that kill. It's not Hulu.com. It's Hulu Plus for a fucking reason. They got your favorite shows, Shark Tank, Daily Show. They got shows you want to binge, you want to catch up on stuff. You know, some people work all fucking day. They ain't got time to watch TV every night. But Sunday, you want to smoke 15 joints and watch 6 episodes. Hulu Plus has that for you.
Right.
It's for people who want to binge and hang out. And here's what the beauty is. It's $7.99 a month. You think that. You compare that to the rest of the shit that's going on in your life. $7.99 a month. That's $2 a week to watch 20,000 fucking shows, games, documentaries, movies. Go to HuluPlus.com. Go to JoeyDiaz.net. Go to Hulu Plus box and press in
Joey.
Boom! Joey. Get 2 weeks gratis. Boom, on the fucking arm. Who gives you that off the bat? You ever go buy weed, the guy gives you a joint and says, try that and come back later? No. Fuck no. You got to pay up front. No money, no ticket, no sucky, no fucky. That's how it is, old school. The same thing with Hulu Plus, but they give you 2 weeks for free. Check into Hulu Plus right now. Joey Diaz. What's in the box, brother?
Joey.
Joey. Same thing with Dollar Shave Club. Like I said, every couple of weeks I get a bunch of emails, people thanking me. They didn't know. They didn't know. Well, now you know. For $1, $6, and $9, you get tremendous fucking razors sent to your home. You don't got to leave. You don't got to go to the store. You don't got to go to 7-Eleven and smell fucking Hindu toes. You don't got to do none of that shit. You go to fucking HuluPlus.com. What do you press in the box?
Church.
Church. And you get the deal of a lifetime. You either get razors for $1, $6, or $9 a month. $6 a month is a great package. You get 1 stem sent to your house. It's harder than fucking hell. Then they send you 2 razors, double fucking blades. You understand me? What, Lee? What are you looking at? You're all hypnotized. I got that type of fucking animal magnetism, cocksucker. So you get. What are you confusing me for?
Well, when I look at the screen, I should be looking at you.
$1, $6, and $9. Plus, they got 1 Wipe Charlies for your asshole. Ooh. Let's say, like, I got the 1 Wipe Charlies. Let's say I pee. I want my dick to smell like peppermint. I pull the skin back. I fucking massage that helmet with this one strip Charlie. When I'm on a plane 3 hours later, I want to smell my dick to make sure it don't smell like dead pee. It smells like a lifesaver. You understand me? A peppermint life. Your dick ever smell like a lifesaver? No, because you don't use 1 Wipe Charlies on your dick.
I also don't smell my dick on a plane.
You gotta sniff it because you're sitting there, the air gets down, it gets trapped. It's like a tunnel. You got to sniff your balls. You got to go in there. I go in the bathroom and open my zipper.
But then you know what you should do? You should take 1 Wipe Charlies on the plane with you. Because what if you scratching down there and then your hand smells like dick for the rest of the flight?
If my hands smell like dick, they smell like dick. I leave it.
Oh no, that's the worst because the air circulates.
Who gives a fuck? You got to take the 1 Wipe Charlies. I want people to know what time it is. When I scratch my balls, I go like that with my finger. And I'm not talking about cash. I'm talking about get the whiff of that in this fucking main cabin, cocksucker.
Oh, and the air circulates. That has to stink for fucking.
No, my balls don't stink like a billy goat's cocksucker. No, they don't because I stay on them. I wash them in the morning. I wash them in the afternoon. I wash them at night. I don't let the stink develop. I don't like that fucking skituch juice, whatever, staminka juice pack up. It's the staminka juice when you whack off. Some goes in your underwear, some goes on her monkey, but the other one stays on your helmet. You don't wash it.
You whack off with underwear on?
Wait, what?
You whack off with underwear on?
I whack off with anything on. Boots, fucking whatever. You got to do what you got to do when you're a pimp in heat. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go to fucking Dollar Shave Club. $1, $6. Press in the box.
Church.
Church. and get your razors sent to your house. Now you go, Joey, I got movies, I got Onit, I'm healthy, and I got fucking razors. What do I do now? Jump in a deprivation tank and get your fucking head together. Escape Pod Tank. They've been with me for 3 months. These motherfuckers. Escape Pod Tank. Tank.com. These motherfuckers don't fuck around. They got commercial tanks. They got residential tanks. And you know what? You know where it gets better? They come to your house. They deliver it. They can save you $2,000 to $3,000 on tanks. I've spoken to people. Customer service supreme. You call Jeremy on the 1-800 line. He picks it up like a fucking soldier. Hello. And he speaks English. This ain't no hablo motherfucker with some fucking accent from another country. Jeremy is fucking American as can be. In his house, he's got a picture of fucking Kennedy with a bullet going through his head. That's a fucking American right there. Go to escapepodtank.com, correct?
Correct.
What the fuck you correcting me for? Escapepodtank.com.
Because you said escape.podtank.
Whatever the fuck. I smoked a couple fucking vapors this morning. What are you confusing me for? Escapepodtank.com for all your fucking deprivation tank needs. They have commercial ones, residential. Just go to the webpage. See what they got. Look around. Ask questions. Why fucking go and soak with other people who don't wash their ass? They got fungi feet. You know, their breath smells like dick when you can do that at your own house with your own water. Go look into it. EscapePodTank.com. All right, cocksucker.
All right.
What, Lee? What? The fuck is your
Your
problem?
balls stink. I know right now. I can't believe we say your balls don't stink.
I wash them, Lee. I stay on top of them.
Yeah, but if you scratch on an airplane, that doesn't smell
guarantee
good.
I scratch my nuts right now. I'll let you sniff them. They smell like Irish Spring. What do you want to make a bet? Because Irish Spring these motherfuckers to death.
You don't wear underwear. It's all hot in there.
No, it's not. Listen to what I do. I wash my balls with 3 different things. I got Irish Spring.
Okay.
Then I got the loofah.
Yeah.
With the coconut thing, and I scrub them with that, and I scrub my asshole to get all the barnacles away so I don't have no waste back there.
Okay.
Then I wash it, then I hit it again. I do my face with the loofah to get the dead skin.
You do your ass first?
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Oh,
it's still the
no.
same skin. Some people do plastic surgery. Some people borrow the skin from their ass. I take the skin cells and put them on my face. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think, Lee.
I'm thinking.
You gotta think about what would a Jew do? That's what he'd do. He wouldn't waste fucking skin cells. He'd put them on the face to the surface.
You do everything first, and you do that. You do the area last.
And I put this fucking cream thing, and I take my fucking soap in my hand, and I get in there with those fucking nuts, and then I get the washcloth, and I wash the corners. And I take the washcloth, and I put like a finger up my ass, like an inch. And you hear
an
inch? Like an inch. It goes, just a little, look, this is an inch right here. You take that washcloth and you lift around, and now everything's fresh down there. So the next 2 showers, I like showers because I know my balls stink. I'm the first one to be honest with you and tell you but I control them. Gotta control them, Lee, okay?
Yeah, you control them.
You take 1 bath a day.
Yeah.
You can't do that, Lee. Your ass stinks like death. And when you wake up, you don't take a shower, which means that you have that dead ass that cultivates in that fucking anal cavity 8 hours while you're sleeping on that fucking bed. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you fucking do is while you're pissing, is you turn that water on. Mm-hmm. That's what normal.
I do normally when I have to come here.
That's when you do it even more. You get up 15 minutes earlier and you soak that ball.
15 minutes?
Yeah, you're in there 15 minutes at the hottest water possible.
Ooh.
And 10 of those minutes, it's pointing at your fucking thing with steam coming out of your nutsack.
No, I was saying 20. I like 20 minutes.
Whatever, 20, 15, you know what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah.
You got to make time for this. Cleanliness is next to godliness. God will not yet let you into the eternal flames of death, hell, whatever, unless your balls are fucking washed. You cannot have a girlfriend if your balls are not clean.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, you fucking go all day, and then you pick up at 5 with that stinky nutsack.
No.
You gotta, and then when you come home from that drive to fucking Compton, wherever you go to pick her up, while she's on the couch, you have to excuse yourself and wash that ass again. That ass is cultivated. You've been sitting on that seat, the ass is, you're farting, it goes into the seat and back up into your fucking ass.
How many times are you supposed to shower a day?
3.
No.
Yes.
3. That's a lot of showers.
What are you going to do? You want to be clean. Or you want to be like the rest of these fucking maggots walking around. You ever smell somebody, bro?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Do you want to smell like that?
No.
Then you got to be washed.
3 showers.
3 showers. You're a chubby dude. You release odors like me.
Yeah.
You ever smell your shirts at the end of the day? It smell like cheeseburgers and fucking Subway sandwiches. You think that's because no, because it comes out of our system. You don't want to work out every day. So when you sweat, that shit, that top sweat, what do you think that smells like? Onions and that hummus. Where do you think that goes?
I don't know.
What if all you think that stink fucking goes?
Comes out in the sweat?
Comes out of your sweat.
Oh, wow.
And it goes into your clothes. Now you go take that shirt off, put it down, and then you sit there and go, well, I didn't do nothing yesterday. I'm going to put that motherfucker back on.
No.
You know what that shirt smells like after that? And then you try to tighten. You ever smell somebody with sweat on their shirt and they put cologne on top of the sweat?
No, that's right.
We have friends that fucking do that. I don't want them around when they do that shit. They smell like vomit. You gotta wash. You don't want no problems? Take 3 showers a day.
You know what I will do sometimes?
What will you do?
I will change underwear halfway through the day.
Oh, that's great. And not wash your asshole. That's great. So keep the stink, and you're going to transfer the fucking addiction to a new pair of underwear.
Yeah.
Listen.
There's nothing better than a fresh pair of underwear.
You're making me sick. Well, you got to wash your balls to put a fresh pair of underwear on. How can you not wash?
How much time to wash 3 times a day?
You got to make time. This life is about making time if you want to get forward. You got to make time to work out. You got to make time. You know what? I fucking hate drinking those protein shakes. But today, on the way back, I got to stop at the protein store and get protein powder and the fucking thing to put in there. I hate it. It's $55 out of my pocket. But I have to do it. These are the things you have to do in your life. You have to work on it. This shit just isn't going to appear. And these are all things that step into you being a better person. You wake up in the morning, you throw that hot water on. When you're getting your shoes, that fucking shower's burning. Oh, well, Joey, the water is low. I don't give a fuck. Put that, I pay for it, all right? I pay for that fucking water. Put that fucking water on. You put that fucking water on, it's burning. You lay your socks on, you look at your shoes, you clean the dog shit off them, you put your pants down, you put the shirt to match while you're in there. You go in there, you take the fucking razor, and you shave the top off over here, so this is even. You do the rest of the shave in that fucking shower. So it's one-stop shopping. My shower is one-stop shopping. As soon as I go in the shower, that hot water hits me. I wash my fucking hair. I take the fucking thing and I wash. That's the first wash. Boom, the ass, the ball. And this is all 3 times I do this, not just once. The balls, the feet, the skin, everything. Between the fucking toes. You don't ever want to release those axles, those hummus toxins in the fucking air that come out of your ass. Then you put conditioner in your hair. While the conditioner's in your hair settling, you get the fucking shaving cream and you put it on your face, nice in the shower, and you blast off in there with that steam, so it's very nice. You follow me? By that time, all those barnacles off your asshole from you eating McDonald's all those years, they're starting to melt from the fucking heat.
Barnacles?
Now you get... Go ahead. Take your finger like this, get a fingernail, and scrape around your asshole. See that green stuff that comes off? Those are barnacles.
There's no green stuff?
Yeah, you have them because you eat garbage. You take that loofah and you scrub again. That's the second bathing. Now you get on there and that condition that's in your hair, you've worked it. You shaved already. It's been there for 4 or 5 minutes. Bang! You do that one again. Then you condition it again and hit it with the fucking Irish Spring so you confuse people. They don't know whether you're loofah in it or fucking Irish Spring in it because the Irish Spring smells wears off and now the coconut is in there.
Oh, I see.
You follow me? You come out, you dry your feet, you dry your legs, you dry your balls real good because when you leave that moisture in there, it's that morning dew. You gotta. Then you take that powder like you like it.
Oh, I love the powder.
You hit that motherfucker. And all the smoke.
Do you ever feel weird getting the powder?
No, I love it. You take it and you pop it in your ass. When you take a shit, it's like a little concrete.
The
first inch got like a ring around like a cigar. You understand me? These are things you gotta do as a human being. To get to point B. If you're not washing your ass or your pussy, how you going to do anything in your fucking life?
Exactly.
How you going to do anything? You're arguing with me about 3 showers.
I'm not arguing with you.
You got to make time.
Do you get the baby? Oh, you must. Oh, you're lucky.
Do everything.
You have a baby. I don't have a baby. Every time I go to the store, I get the big powders and I get a bunch of baby wipes. I feel like a weirdo.
But you got to take 3 showers a day. Nobody wants to hang around with stinky people. Nobody. They're your friends and they got to smell you and go, what the fuck? Why does this guy always smell like an olive? Why does he always smell like he jumped into a Greek salad?
That's true.
Godliness is next to cleanliness. Did you find dogs for me?
The last 2 minutes of it?
Yeah, let me see what you got. Fast forward and more.
More? Okay.
Back it a little bit. 10 seconds. Stop it. Stop it. I love you motherfuckers. The church, April 28th. Sometimes we end with the national anthem and I go bananas. We're going to end with the fucking song Dogs. The last 2 minutes of Dogs. It's tremendous. They drop it on you. You understand me? Who was brought in a house full of pain. Who was taught not to spit in the fan. We're going to drop it on you motherfuckers. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We got the live podcast Wednesday night at the Ice House, 8 o'clock. We have a tremendous guest. I don't know who it is yet, but we're going to have a tremendous fucking guest. And if not, it's me, myself, and fucking my brother, little Syatt. Thank you very much. I want to thank my sponsors on it. Shave Club, Hulu, EscapePodTank.com. I love you motherfuckers. I love Chung King. I love everybody who listens to the podcast. And thank you for all the love and support you've given the podcast over the last year. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Stay black and have a fucking great day. Don't let nobody fuck with you.
Now that the show's over,
don't tell Donald Sterling to suck your dick. Don't worry about it. You got a job to do. Fuck Donald Sterling.
Don't forget to sign up for your free trial of Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows anytime, anywhere on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. Support this podcast and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/Joey or go to joeydiaz.net and click on the Hulu Plus banner. And don't forget to sign up for DollarShaveClub.com. Get high-quality razors sent to your door every month for a fraction of what you pay at retail. Now go to DollarShaveClub.com/church or go to Joey Diaz. Click on the Dollar Shave Club.